Welcome to the iHSFAN Webcast Network. You are watching Round Rock ISD football presented by Covert Ford. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Covert Ford, Bush's Chicken, Ideal Signs, Alpha Paving, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events, Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group, Maze Street Boutique, and Lodge Card Club. We also want to thank the 5 high school booster clubs for their support. Now let's head to the field. Here is Zach Epstein and Mickey Bouchon.
Hey, football fans. Hey, football fans. Got an exciting one here tonight for Round Rock ISD football. Have Cedar Ridge Raiders versus the Round Rock Dragons. My name is Zach Epstein. I'm joined by my former coach, Mickey Bouchon. Coach, we're excited to be here. And just last week, we were here and got to see the Cedar Ridge Raiders take on the Westwood Warriors. And just happy to have you, Coach. But would love your thoughts on that game last week.
Oh, Zach, that was a great one. We were lucky enough to call that one, and what a back-and-forth affair that was. I mean, we talked about it last week after the game. We just couldn't believe it. There were 3 or 4 times throughout the game to where we were saying, there's no way Cedar Ridge is going to win this thing. And then it got to be, there's no way Westwood's going to win this thing. Then it finally went to overtime, and they figured it out, and the Purple Raiders came out with a dub.
They came out with the dub, and we're definitely going to talk a little bit more about the Cedar Ridge Raiders, but also Round Rock Dragons looking very impressive this season. We have not had the chance to call one of their games, but just last week played a very tough McNeil Mavericks team and came victorious 45-14. So really excited to kind of see what the Round Rock Dragons have in store. It is a very festive night tonight here, folks. We have the student section dressed in their construction outfits. We have the band getting outfitted in their Lettermans tonight. And we also have middle school night. So we'll be having the local middle schools that feed into Round Rock also come out into the field. But before we get into all that action, we're going to take a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning, full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round Rock with offices in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth, servicing cities throughout Texas. In an industry typically known for its lack of professionalism and customer service, Alpha Paving Industries was founded with a vision to provide Texas with a trusted, dependable paving contractor that delivers a strong customer experience, meticulous project management, utmost professionalism, and quality workmanship. In 2013, Alpha Paving Industries, LLC was awarded the City of Austin Small Business of the Year Award for its outstanding service in the City of Austin, and was recognized this year as a top contractor with 4constructionpros.com. These awards are a testament to how we do business with all our customers. If you're looking for Texas's most dependable asphalt paving contractor, contact Alpha today. Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. Interested in or looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust The Stacy Group and Realtor Cameron Freeman. Cameron specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Contact Realtor Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group today with a text or call to 512-740-1836 to learn more. In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Are you ready to take your celebrations to the next level? Imagine luxury indoor sleepovers that bring the magic of glamping right into your home, or a posh picnic party that brings elegance and charm to your outdoor space. Whether you're planning a birthday bash or a simple get-together with friends, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events is here to make your dreams come true for any special occasion. Our event planning services will ensure every detail is perfect, leaving you free to enjoy the moment. So let Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events turn your next celebration into a memorable masterpiece.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.
Hey folks, we are back here in Round Rock, Texas. It is a beautiful, beautiful night tonight. Just had that cold front come through this week. 86 degrees here, folks. We're just about to get started underway here. It's like we have the school songs to start us off. And Coach, you know, just going into a little bit into this game, this is definitely a close rivalry game between two local Round Rock ISD schools, only separated by a couple miles. Cedar Ridge is 1-3 overall, 1-1 in district. Got the win last week that we just mentioned. Cedar Ridge has also played Johnson, Buda Johnson. They lost 28-14. Waco Midway losing 41-14, and then playing also a very tough game against Hutto, where they lost to the Hippos 63-56. Now on the flip side, Round Rock rolling this year, off to a fantastic start. Went down to Shoemaker and won 22-14 as their first game, then drove up to Temple and won 42-21 there. Then started off district play against Vista Ridge a couple weeks ago, 33-7 win. Against McNeil, 45-14 win. So only giving up 21 points in one game, Coach. This defense looks pretty good.
Talked with Coach Mack down on the sidelines before when I came in. Woo, he talks about how good their defense has looked so far this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing it myself. He said they can really go on that side of the ball.
Yeah, and absolutely love to hear that, Coach, because defense is how these teams are going to kind of differentiate themselves. There's so much offense nowadays that we see from both sides, honestly, where, it's geared towards the offense. You have the referees, making calls, protecting offensive players all the way up to NFL, but have a defense that runs so well and only gives up 21 points at max. You have to love that as a defensive coordinator and an offense head coach as well. But Round Rock, looking at their next couple games here, Coach, goes to Manor and then Hutto. Westwood will be the third match there, and then Stony Point. So that will kind of get them close to district play. But starting off good in district, 2-0, that's what all that matters. And Coach, here come the middle school kids from Walsh, Chisholm Trail, and Cedar Valley coming out now. And we do have a trip at the beginning. These kids are excited to get out there.
Yeah, they're playing against each other now as middle schoolers, and there is nothing like it when they come together in high school. I vividly remember as a youngster going to Baker Junior High in Corpus, Zach, and then when we went to spring training when we were in 9th grade getting ready to go to Ray High School, all the guys who I ended up buddies with came from Winseal and Hamlin, and we all came together to be high schoolers together, and we all forgot about how much we hated each other for 2 years.
Absolutely. It's a coming together moment, especially you forget all your rivalries at the middle school level. I was got to go to Cedar Valley Middle School, so I had a couple of my friends, take the route to Round Rock, where I went to MacLeod, but definitely love to see all the maroon out here tonight. It is a full stadium, and I have to say, Coach, they look like they were cooking some good barbecue out there in the parking lot earlier today.
Coming through, I'm surprised I even made it up here, Zacharoon. It was something I really felt like was worth stopping and checking out on the way in, but I made myself come up here, and we're ready to go for this ball game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be kicking off here in a little bit. And just to give you guys a little preview of other matchups going on tonight in the district, last night we had Westwood take their first district victory and getting their first win on the season against Manor. They won 28-16. That game was last night. And then some other district games. We have MacLeod versus Stony Point. Stony Point looking to get their first win in district. They are 1-3 on the year. MacLeod trying to move from 1-1 in district to 2-1. We got to call one of those games earlier this year, and MacLeod's offense looked fantastic. But after seeing the score last week for Round Rock, it just shows how good of a defense that Round Rock is supposed to have. And here come the Raiders, dressed in their white uniforms tonight, different from black from what we saw last week. But Coach, just going over into district standings. We have Round Rock leading the charge here, 2-0. Vandergrift at 1-0. Hutto 1-1. MacLeod 1-1. Manor 1-1. Vista Ridge 1-1. Cedar Ridge 1-1. And Westwood is 1-2. Stony Point 0-2. So still wide open. A lot more football to play. But as we see, the Round Rock Dragons about to come out with the smoke and mirrors here tonight, Coach.
Yeah, Zach, they're going to start separating themselves. Early on, everyone's got a chance. Everyone's excited. There aren't any losses on your schedule, and now when guys are starting to get one loss on their record, and maybe that trying to stay away from that second district loss, every game ends up being a lot more crucial, because one loss could actually throw you out of the playoff race. That game with MacLeod and Stony Point, mark my words, Zach, that's going to end up being a big game in the district race this year.
Absolutely, and only 4 teams make it. This is a very large district. Some districts get the benefit of having only 7 teams or only 6 teams in them. But looking at this schedule, we have a total of 9 different teams competing for 4 spots. So 5 teams are not going to make the playoffs, making it all much more tougher to find yourself in those top 4 slots, Coach. But Round Rock looking good so far. They came out. It is neon night tonight. They had some smoke. Smoke flares on their way out with some of their players. But we're getting geared up here, Coach, tonight. It is a fantastic atmosphere. Late September, about to be October, and you can tell on the field, in the air, and we're about to get started with the national anthem here in a little bit.
Going to be a big one, Zach. Going to be a big one. And one of the things you and I were talking about beforehand is where in the world has this construction vest come in vogue with all these high school kids? It seems like every school we've done games with, one of the weeks at least is construction vest week. So I guess that's it for the Dragons this week. It's middle school and construction week for these guys.
Yeah, I saw as the Dragons ran out of the massive dragon head, it said, "Let's glow up." So it might be glow night tonight or something like that. But everybody has resorted to bright construction wear in the student section tonight for the Round Rock Dragons.
Neon Dion.
Dion, yeah.
Because he's so famous and so talked about nowadays, and everyone knows about Deion Sanders being a coach at Colorado. They're doing something for him. I don't know. But it's everywhere over here on the Dragon side.
It is. And just before we get to the national anthem, want to hear a word from our title sponsors. AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win? Shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to a team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's ride. And, Coach, about to have the coin toss here. Looking at both of these teams, it looks to be a team full of seniors and juniors for the Cedar Ridge Raiders as well as the Round Rock Dragons. Both of these teams have very good numbers. As you can see, the Round Rock Dragons are in full support here, sideline to sideline. And, we're about to get word from the coin toss. But, Coach, whenever you have so much buy-in from not just the current players, but the middle schoolers who are coming in, it's got to be something that the Round Rock Dragons have appreciated for a long time.
Part of the reason they get to appreciate it is they keep winning. People want to play for a winner, and these guys have continued to win. They were winning when Coach Cheatham was the head coach there, coached against him. They won before that. They're physical on defense. They get numbers out. A lot of kids are part of their program. And it's just a successful program right now.
Seemingly always makes their way into the playoffs, always at the top of the district. And it's just something that, they've kind of owned the Round Rock district to have a couple other teams, Stony Point in the 2000s, Cedar Ridge when they had Deuce Vaughn doing some work. But Round Rock has been the stable, and they will receive the ball tonight.
That's right. They win the toss and want to take the football. That's interesting. A lot of people will defer when your defense is as good as theirs.
Looking to get the offense going early tonight here for the Dragons, and we just like that after the coin toss we will have our national anthem. So as the men in color with the colors come out to the middle of the field, we will go ahead and pause our broadcast and just wait and listen in while they give the national anthem. And there it is, folks. We have the national anthem done and dusted. It is about to get time for some football. Coach, I know I'm excited for this one. Get to see this Round Rock team against the Cedar Ridge Raiders. And we just want to shout out to please like and subscribe to the webcast tonight, iHSFAN on YouTube. We really appreciate that. We'll be bringing you guys football action from the Round Rock ISD football programs all year long, and it just goes to show not only the football team, it emphasizes the band as well as the booster club. So we just want to shout out everybody and give a big thanks to all those involved that goes into a Friday night football here in Texas. And the colors lead the field. Coach, you excited for this one? I know, pre-gaming and scheming up a lot of different looks for different teams, what can you kind of say about the preparation that needs to go in for a district ball game?
Well, I know that these guys know each other. They've coached against each other for a while, and the coaches know exactly what to think. They've watched film. They have tendencies. Now it's up to the coaches to put their kids in the best position possible and for the kids to execute. It's easier said than done, obviously, because sometimes it just comes down to who's got the better players. But sometimes kids getting put in and there's a trick play or there's a weakness of a defense that an offense exploits or something like that, and it'll show up throughout the game. So it's fun to check that out and see how it pans out.
Always be a little bit flexible in your game, Ken, because anything can throw a wrench in it, whether that's a broken play on offense or, God forbid, an injury on the sideline. You got to be ready. Next man has to be ready on the sideline. And so we'll be seeing Round Rock receive the football. Back deep to receive is number 1, Aiden Walker, the senior defensive back, as well as joining him is Reggie Hurley, the senior wide receiver, number 7. And back to kick for the Raiders, we have Cooper Togus, the junior kicker, and we got to see a little bit of him last week in the game against Westwood. But Cedar Ridge about to get going against Round Rock. We are about to kick off here. It's beautiful game time, and we have a pooch kick that's muffed on the 30, but it gets picked up, and he's got some room to work. Ball was taken up on the field, and that was a almost disastrous play, but ends up being a great play for the sophomore, Dylan Yeager.
That could have been tough. That could have been a tough start for the Dragons, having to bobble that and come up with it. But they turned out they're in great shape. 1st and 10 on the left hash from the -48. Great return, great position to start the game.
Great position to start the game. And back for the Dragons at quarterback is number 5, and that's Jack Apple. He fakes the handoff, throws it out wide to the junior Carson Griffin, number 17, who makes the grab, ends up getting about 13 yards on the play action.
That right there, it's RPO. That's the name of the game nowadays for a lot of teams.
So twins to the bottom of your screen, pistol formation with the up back in the backfield. Snap here. We'll just give that one up the middle. And
we talked about that last week, Zach. That could have been the exact same play called right there, the exact same action going, but the defense plays it differently, and one's a give and one's a throw to the receiver.
And that would be a 2nd down and 5. Ball carried by Joaquin Melando, and he gets another swing pass here. Apologies there. And then on the tackle for Cedar Ridge, one of the Ridges is Powers Wallace, the sophomore linebacker, who we called a lot of name last week for him on that defense. So, Round Rock already facing a 3rd down and short here. 3rd down and about 4 to go. Ball at the 31-yard line for the Dragons. And they're going to stick with that pistol formation. 2-man to the top of your screen, wide receiver split out wide. They're just going to hand it up the middle. But that's going to go nowhere.
Woo.
Tackle made by, looks like, Benny Sears. Yeah, the junior defensive tackle ends up sticking his nose in there and makes a good play.
Big play early in the game. Time to set the stage and trying to make a statement on both sides right here. If they can get a stop, that would be huge for the Raiders.
Round Rock not flinching at this 4th down. They're going to go for it. And looks like they will have a flag and a free play here. Quarterback drops back, throws it deep, and that is incomplete. He went up deep to Carson Griffin, the junior, who'd already got some action early on this play, almost pulls it down in double coverage, but that will be a free first down for the Dragons as Cedar Ridge jumped off sides.
How many times do we talk about it, Zach? Pre-snap penalties drives coaches absolutely crazy. You know, it's 4th and 4. You know there's one way to just hand them a first down, and it's jumping off sides. And not trying to point fingers or anything, but they just gave it to him. Just handed it to him right there. It could have been a huge stop for momentum to start this one.
Absolutely. And just, you know, as a defensive player, you have to know on 4th and short, they're going to want to at least go to a hard count and try to get you to jump. So just being ready for that is always a high IQ play. But nonetheless, Round Rock has the ball at the 26-yard line, knocking on the door here against Cedar Ridge. Handoff up the middle. Keeps his legs moving. And ultimately gets taken down for about a 4-yard gain there. And on the carry was Moose Garleton, the running back.
Looks like our center's limping out there. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, big offensive line here for Round Rock. We were talking about that up here in the booth. You can tell these boys are fed well, and they can definitely open up some holes down there. So 2nd down and about 7 to go here for the Dragons. We got a shift and false start pre-snap penalty on Round Rock. So Cedar Ridge does a little shift there with their defense and gets Round Rock to jump, and it will be a backwards play for the Dragons. Again, those pre-snap penalties, Coach, we've seen one on both sides now just on this first drive.
The other one hurt a lot more for Cedar Ridge because it gave the Dragons a first down, but this putting you behind the chains, 2nd and 12 is a lot different than, 2nd and 7. That's just a big difference that a lot of times it's yardage that doesn't really show up.
Trips down to the bottom of the screen. Motion here. Drops back to pass. Jake McGill throws it over the middle, and that's going to be caught for a touchdown. Scott Howe, throws it all the way up to Aiden Perez, the senior wide receiver, and he does a good job getting up the field and making the score. So Round Rock gets pushed back on a penalty, ends up being a good thing as it gives them a little bit more room to get that touchdown. And they're going to send out the kicking unit here for the extra point.
Well, I think we had a foot race up top, and I think we saw who's going to win that foot race. So let's make sure we have help over the top if we need it, if we're with Cedar Ridge on defense. And if we're Round Rock, we're happy we get that matchup. And don't be surprised if we see that again. If your guy can just run by their guy, that's something that's going to happen again.
Absolutely, and it's something that will definitely be an adjustment as Cedar Ridge, gets their first look at this Round Rock offense. And Coach, now we get to see this defense come out onto the field, which we've heard a lot about from around the district. And we just have a great crowd here tonight cheering along their sons, their brothers, their sisters. Everybody here tonight is locked in for the game. Gotta love this energy here tonight. And 9:05 left in this first quarter for Cedar Ridge to do some damage. We saw on the ground last week they were able to move the ball pretty effectively with their running back, who's very shifty back there. But looking to see, what other options they might have throwing the football as well here tonight, Coach.
Well, let's see if they need other options or if they just go to other options. There is a big difference.
Yeah, Noah Devonish was able to make a lot of good plays. He's so quick with his feet, so something to definitely monitor tonight. Kick is away. And that ball is going to be fielded right around the 12-yard line by Christian Hall, who takes it up the field. He's got some room to work, folks. He's still going, and he takes it all the way out to the 41-yard line. There is a flag on the field around the 30, so we'll see if this one maybe is coming back on a block. But that was a great return after the muffed kick.
Good old special teams, change of possession, penalty. Happens all the time. We talk about it on numerous games that we've done in the past where if it's a punt return and you see a penalty, illegal block in the back, illegal use of hand, you see it all the time. And once again, they would have had great field position right here, but the penalty is going to push them back.
Going to push him back just a bit there. So definitely got some work to do for the Cedar Ridge Raiders as their quarterback, Scott Howell, comes out with Devonish in the backfield. Handoff to Devonish, who gets tackled immediately by a few Round Rock Dragons in on the play there.
2-by-2 formation with double tight end, double flanker look. I don't know how successful that's going to be if this Round Rock defense is as good as advertised.
Definitely going to get some big bodies in there to help block for Devonish. Handoff up the middle, and that play is going to be blown up. And that was a great play by Luke Rodriguez, the junior lineman. He was able to blow up that play without it even getting going. And so quickly we see Cedar Ridge facing a 3rd down and long here, 3rd and about 9 to go.
So we've talked about it before on other games as well. Do they continue to speed things up? Do they slow things down?
And we got a twins on both sides. Screen pass here, and does not have a block. Tackle is made by Aiden Walker, the senior defensive corner. So that will create a 4th down and about 14 to go for the Cedar Ridge Raiders. And Round Rock is dropping back. Aiden Walker, who just made the tackle, he's dropping back to receive the punt.
Well, that was not what they needed to see right there. And they showed up as advertised, Jack. It's I was just curious to see what they look like on defense after all I had been told about them.
And that is a sidewinding punt. Ends up going out to about the 40-yard line. They're going to mark it right at the 40. So good field position for this starting offense. And quarterback Jack Apple threw that touchdown pass all the way out to Reggie Hurley last play for the touchdown. And that was a great throw and catch there. We'll see if they return back to those two. Jack Apple looking very comfortable back there, the junior quarterback.
Well, Hurley's down here this side, and they didn't flip corners, so we'll see if they're trying to chase him around with somebody different all the time.
And we got twins right formation to the top of your screen here. Apple takes the snap. He's looking deep. Has it, man, wide open, and that's Carson Griffin just finding a hole right in that zone coverage and taking advantage of it.
Yeah, he did peek. He did peek deep right there, and he saw him bailing and took what they gave him.
And we
Good
see
job.
a one-high safety here for Cedar Ridge. Handoff up the middle, and that play is going to go for about a yard gain. Tackle made on the play by David Krause.
Not much doing on the ground yet, Zach, for the Dragons. They're going to have to make sure they get that ground game going.
Get the ground game going, but every time Apple has the ball and drops back to pass, he's got very calm presence in the pocket, but that's really created by his offensive lineman giving him a nice clean pocket back there. So we'll see what they draw up here for 2nd down and about 8. Motion. Apple takes the snap, handoff, and that ball is taken by Joaquin Milando right about to the 45-yard line.
Not much
of Cedar
doing right
Ridge.
there. They chase real well. We saw that last week. They chase and they'll run to the football and strike you.
Good tackle made out there in space, and it creates a 3rd down and about 7 to go here for the Dragons. We'll see what they come up with on this 3rd down play. 6 minutes and 15 seconds in this first quarter.
Well, it doesn't look like Coach Moore is worried about going for it on 4th down in the middle of the field, so they may feel like they've got 2 downs to get it right here.
Motion again. Apple with 3 men at the bottom of their screen here. He's got plenty of time to look in the pocket. He ends up dumping it out to Maldonado. Maldonado makes a move but gets tackled, and that is by David Krause, who makes a good play out there in space. Apologies, Jalen Hamilton, the senior linebacker there. That'll be a 1st down and good check down by Apple just to get it to his running back after everything was covered deep. And Maldonado is going to take another handoff here out wide, tackled, and that's Wyatt McKenzie making a big stop in the backfield there. Will be a 2nd down and about 14 to go. Well,
once again, they're doing a good job up front against the run. they need to put a little bit more pressure on the quarterback to get him a little bit more uncomfortable right now. He just looks too settled and too comfortable back there in the pocket. I'm expecting him to take off and run because they're taking off deep with these receivers.
Definitely respecting the pass. And here's another one out to Hurley out wide. And that's going to be caught, but it's going to be out of bounds as on coverage was Eddie Carruthers, the Cedar Ridge defensive back, had some good coverage there. But, again, Hurley looks like he's going to be the guy that they're going to go to all night tonight. He's a big play for this Dragons offense. And we'll see what Apple and the offense come up with on a third down and about 13 to go.
Yeah, a little bit different this time, third and 13. Let's see if they can get it at least close to get a first, go for it on fourth down.
And here we go, Apple back to pass. He's got some time, ends up getting hit in the backfield, and that ball sails on the wide receiver, intended for Drew Strock, wide receiver senior out there. Will be a fourth down.
There's the pressure we were talking about. Change things up a little bit. He didn't have time to look around and find someone. He had to get rid of it. Took a shot.
Trips to the top side of your screen here. Fourth down and about 14 to go.
And he's going to step back and punt it, I do believe.
Yep, we'll probably see a punt here. And that ball is going to sail. It's going to stick right at, and it's going to keep going to the 5-yard line. So great decision there. Flipping the field, making it really hard on the Cedar Ridge offense to get going here from their own 5-yard line.
When your defense is that good, you don't feel like you have to take a chance on fourth and fairly long to get a first down. You're in good shape. You line up with your offense. You make them not go with a punt block or punt return, either or, and now you're in good shape to have the quarterback step back, and he's a good enough athlete to punt it away and put Cedar Ridge in a tough spot right here.
Yep. Devenish takes the handoff. He's met in the backfield, and that tackle is made by a few Dragons on the play. Was Braden Templeton, the linebacker, was able to fill the gap there, and it drops him for about a yard loss. So ball will be placed at the 4-yard line.
Well, that's -1. Let's make sure the offense gets a little surge and gets a little breathing room right here.
Haven't seen them go into shotgun too much. Here we go. We see it here. Trips to the top of your screen. Quarterback drops back to pass. He escapes the pocket, has Devenish open, and that ball is going to fall harmlessly to the turf. But back there running around was Scott Howe, the quarterback, and he just had nowhere to really go with that. Ended up finding the receiver, but just was a bit low.
Well, when you're having to run for your life, it's tough to find any guys, and it didn't look like anyone was wide open on the backside either there, Zach, coming across.
So we'll be facing a third down and about 11 to go from their own 4-yard line. Cedar Ridge, with their heels on their own touchdown, does not want to give up a safety, taking another shotgun snap with twins set to both sides. Snap here. Howell just swings it out wide to Devenish, who's got some room and space. He's going to end up taking that for about a 3-yard gain there, and tackle made by, again, that's Braden Templeton, the senior linebacker. He's able to make a great play out there in space.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle. We saw Devenish give guys from the Warriors from Westwood a hard time in open space last week,
but
that was a great open field tackle right there.
He's able to really just set his feet and drive through Devenish on that play. And the punter is back there for Cedar Ridge, and that is Jaden Lambert. He's got his heels on the end zone and boots it away. It is going to be a short kick, folks. That's going to go right out at about, see their market, the 30-yard line, Cedar Ridge. So Round Rock is in great field position to start this drive.
That's a tough spot to put your defense in right here, but they'll be up for it. They had a good stop the last series, made them punt it away, ended up on their own 5 to start the series offensively, but these guys know they can get a stop when they need it.
They showed it last drive, only gave up 1 first down and then negative plays for the Dragons offense. But Dragons come out here again quickly, and that's going to be an RPO there and just misses him. That's Apple, who
that's a good thing for the purple and white, he didn't complete that because there was nobody out there had he caught that ball right there.
And just missed his target. And again, that was Carson Griffin, who's been targeted a few times tonight already in this first quarter. Looks like him and Hurley are the two guys they're trying to get the ball to a lot out there in space. But seeing Apple take control of this offense is definitely a good sign for the Round Rock Dragons. He looks like he's poised and has a lot of control out there tonight. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left in this first quarter. Dragons had the ball. Motion here in the backfield. Maldonado joins him to the side. Handoff to Maldonado, who breaks it wide open, ends up going for about 12 yards there, 13, 14 yards, will bring it down to the 22-yard line for Round Rock. And there's a big run there, Coach, for the first time
Now
we've seen.
they're hurrying it up right here. Defense has to get lined up.
Snap here. RPO, and that ball's out. That ball is out.
Could be
and that is
trouble.
recovered. It looks like it's recovered by Cedar Ridge.
Yes, it is.
And they're still fighting for it. But we'll see where they mark it and who they give the ball to here.
He's indicating second down.
And that ball is going to be given back to Round Rock.
Round Rock must have come up with it down there, but it sure looked from here like the Cedar Ridge defender was going to jump on it.
And that was created by pressure on the interior, hitting the quarterback before he was even ready to throw. That got there quick, Coach. Some pressure that we requested earlier in this game has finally come and brings up a second down and about almost 30 to go here, Coach.
This is a fun play to call if you're an offensive coordinator.
Motion here. Apple takes a snap, has pressure in his face, ends up dumping it, and that's going to be an attempted screen, but goes for nothing.
Set up the screen. They ran everyone off, set up the screen, and defense sniffed it out. They're right there.
And so if you're Round Rock, you're thinking, we had the ball on the 30 to start, got a first down. How are we back even further from where we started, even though we got the first down? So Round Rock is facing a third down and long here. We'll see what they call.
A screen was the obvious nice little thing to check down to last time. It got snuffed out, so maybe they'll just chunk it down the field and say we're better than you one-on-one again.
Apple takes a snap, looking to the right side, ends up getting picked off, and that gets picked off by Eddie Carruthers, who's taking it down the sideline and trucks a Round Rock Dragon all the way down, and that flips the field, gives the Cedar Ridge Raider the turnover that they need.
Desperately needed that right there, Zach.
And now the Cedar Ridge Raiders offense is coming out onto the field with the ball at the 45-yard line. So Round Rock's defense is going to have to answer the bell here tonight, as they are already going to be tested with a great interception there by Carruthers and the Raiders defense.
Nice job getting that pick right there. Obviously didn't see him. He sneaks underneath there, gets a pick. Good return. Sets him up in good field position on the plus 45.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first quarter. Now you can play with a little bit more of your playbook when you're not backed up on your own 5-yard line.
Oh, no doubt. It's wide open now.
Play action to Devonish, rollout. Hal has a man open, and that was a beautiful throw and catch there. We saw this name a lot last week. Reese Brooks, the senior wide receiver. They tried to get the ball to him quite a bit, so already getting there. And what a beautiful touch pass there by Hal to just get it right over the defender.
Good ball. Tried to bootleg out to the right and got held up, had pressure in his face, so he just set his feet, hit the backside.
And that's always a little bit scary as an offensive coordinator, senior quarterback throw across his body on the opposite side of the field, but ends up working out for Cedar Ridge. They take the snap again. Devonish out there wide, has some room to work, is able to burst through somehow. I don't know how he burst through a couple tacklers there. He's just too quick. Ends up getting about 7 yards there, almost becoming a second down and 3.
That might have to be their running game, just a short passing game out into the flats, because running inside hasn't been much doing so far tonight. And those little swing passes, although he gets stopped down on their own, backed up inside their own red zone, he had a nice little made a miss right there.
And then play action here. They did this a lot last week, the rollout. Hal's going to just take this one himself, ends up getting the first down. Be actually third down. I don't think they gave him the first down there.
He marked him short.
Marked him very short. It looked like he was able to get there, but it's going to be about a third down and 2 here, folks. So Cedar Ridge, I'm not sure exactly what their field goal kicking aspirations are tonight, but they are close enough to make a strike right at the 20-yard line here for Cedar Ridge. This is a big play.
Big play, but I have a feeling when you're down 7-0 against the Dragons, you have 2 plays you're getting ready to run.
And so Howe takes a snap, immediately met with pressure, has to roll out. Rolls out deep, has Brooks in the end zone. Brooks catches it. We'll see what they call it. Touchdown. And that is a touchdown for the Raiders. What a snag, and he kept the ball in as he took the hit and fell to the ground. Cedar Ridge answers the call.
Well, last week, Westwood had no answer for Mr. Brooks, and there may be a problem with the Dragons taking care of him tonight.
Just gets loose in the end zone, and quarterback makes a great scramble play to just find him in the back there and an easy touchdown. Well, I say easy, but he got smacked and held onto the football. A great play all around there from the Raiders. And if you're Round Rock, this is not how you expected to start off this ball game, but still in a good spot. It's 7-7. First quarter has about 1 minute and 15 seconds left. If you're Round Rock, you're staying calm, understanding how good your defense is, and knowing that just came off of a pick. No need to panic at all here.
Not at all. They know that offensively they did that to themselves, put their defense in a bad spot. Someone over here on the sideline saying, "All right, boys, got to get something going offensively."
And credit that offensive play calling there to Cedar Ridge, knowing that they're not really going to be able to get much in running it straight ahead or just dropping straight back. The use of the rollout, the use of the play action has been effective, at least on that drive.
And as much as the play action is used loosely, they're kind of bootleg action, kind of not, because I haven't seen anything put into the back's belly to make you think he's going to actually get it.
Yep, just showing and go.
Yes.
And Round Rock gets the ball, ends up taking it out wide on the
ball's on the turf, Zach.
We'll see who comes up with this one.
The Raiders think they have it.
The Raiders do think they have it. We'll see who ends up with it. No sign yet. It is going to be Round Rock football, so they do recover it. 2 fumble recoveries for Round Rock tonight. And on the return there was Daniel Berry, the wide receiver, takes it upfield, ends up putting it on the turf, but falls on it luckily. And now Round Rock will be able to start off with the ball and great field position at the 42-yard line.
No doubt. Once again, good kickoff return. I do understand that coaches don't want to kick it to the deepest guy because a lot of time that's your horse.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you have to give it a whirl and just not give up letting the other team start on their 40 to 45-yard line.
Apple takes a snap here, hands off to Maldonado, who gets a couple yards, ends up getting about 6 yards, just going straight ahead. That's a great hole made by the offensive line there. And apologies, that was Moose Garleton on the carry, not Maldonado.
Okay, second and short. Now you talked about the playbook is open for Cedar Ridge. Well, it's wide open for the Dragons right now. Second and short.
Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be met for about a 2-yard gain. The first tackler there for the Raiders, Powers Wallace, the sophomore linebacker who we called a lot last week. So this Raiders defense, answering the bell so far. Third down and about 2 here for the Round Rock Dragons, and they're most likely thinking both downs. But we're going to take this one to the second quarter as the clock is winding down. Folks, we will be right back. We're going to hear a word from our sponsors.
Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net.
Just about to get started here again, folks, as we get ready to kick off the second quarter. Kickoff as in figuratively, as they will not be kicking off. Round Rock has the ball at about the 50-yard line, looking to get 2 yards here for a first down and to make that onto the opposite side of the field, Cedar Ridge. Pistol formation, and that's going to be an RPO play. Again, out wide, ball complete, and there he's got some room to run, and that's Elijah Ellis who gets tackled right around the 23-yard line. So a good gain on that one, about 22-yard gain for the Round Rock Dragons, and that's the RPO there, Coach, just working to perfection.
No doubt. Zone read looking thing from the very beginning. He gets a pull read, then the outside linebacker comes to him, and he just flips it out to his receiver.
Twins out to the bottom of your screen here. Another RPO, but ends up giving it up there, and that was ran by Moose Garleton, running back there for the Dragons, and it will set them up with about a 2nd down and 8 here as the second quarter has just been started.
A lot of times you can tell the zone read is different than an RPO. If it's a run, zone read look and play, and the receivers are out there running routes, it's an RPO.
Motion here for Round Rock. Play action. Up wide to Hurley. Hurley just has no one around him, and that is going to be a touchdown apple to Hurley, something we've already heard tonight. So, Coach, quickly getting the second quarter started. We have Round Rock going up 13-7.
Yeah, that's, again, he just beat him inside, and that's all there was to it. He beat him inside. There was no inside help defensively, and you can't do that with these guys. Quarterback is too accurate, and the receiver is too good just to turn him loose.
Absolutely, and just an open field play call for the Dragons as Apple was able to drop back and just toss it all the way to Hurley for that one. And the kick is through the uprights, so 14-7 here, folks, as the Dragons have taken the lead once again. Cedar Ridge Raiders are going to need to come out here firing as they still have plenty of time here in this second quarter to get things going. And remember, folks, Round Rock received the ball to start the game, so Cedar Ridge will receive the ball on the second half.
Yeah, I expect them to get something going here offensively. They just had a great drive, had some bootleg action. As much as one receiver, Hurley's been tough to cover for the Raiders, well, the Dragons haven't had much success covering Brooks either. So let's see which one ends up with a bigger night, because they've already had a good night. We could call it the end of the game right now, and both those kids have had a good night already.
Absolutely, and definitely if you're Cedar Ridge, wanting to get Brooks continually more involved as the game goes on. But Round Rock is getting ready to kick this one away. Deep, deep, deep kick there, and that's going to be fielded. It's going to be fielded and touched back there. Smart play by Josiah Ray for the Raiders, and they will be bringing this one out as they will start their drive here at the 25-yard line. Great night
Zach,
for football.
Yes, beautiful night out there. Are we going to see some play action with the bootleg look that we've seen quite a bit of already? I think it's going to come. I think they do that to set up the run outside of a lot of old traditional guys like myself who would run to set up the bootleg action.
It's been working for them tonight. They found a little bit of rhythm here. We have a trips formation to the bottom side of your screen here. Howell takes the snap, ends up with pressure in his face, but rolls out and is able to find over the middle his receiver, but that ball is dropped, intended for R.J. MacLeod, the wide receiver for the Raiders. And Howell's been having to do some running tonight in the backfield, getting away from it, but he's done a good job to avoid a sack here tonight as apart from their first drive.
You know, Zach, whether he's on the run on purpose or with their bootleg action, or if he's on the run because he's getting someone in his face, he's going to be a tired rascal after this thing because he's been on the run a lot tonight.
Absolutely, having to make some plays with his feet and his arm at the same time. So here we go. Howell takes the snap, handoff to Devonish up the middle. Devonish gets met with a few tacklers, and he just is not finding much room back there right now to rumble as this defensive line and interior for the Round Rock Dragons has just been unformidable tonight.
Third and long's a tough one, especially when you're playing against one of the best defenses in Central Texas.
3rd and 9 here to go, Coach. And if you're the Raiders, you're trying to get the ball to number 0. I'm sure Brooks, as he's had a great night already to start tonight. But, yeah, as far as that goes, he's going to be one of the guys that needs to be relied on a lot to be able to score some points for the Raiders.
Notice number 0, Brooks, is in the tight end position right here.
And it's scramble out wide. Josiah Ray gets that ball, ends up getting tackled out there by Zavari Whitston, the senior, and so that will create a 4th down punting situation.
That's a good job by the Dragons right there. They're just putting constant pressure on the quarterback that he just can't get comfortable back there. Even when he's making good throws and finding a receiver, he just has to be flustered.
And it's just that constant movement, not feeling comfortable, as you say, Coach, back there, and really just feeling the pressure. It's tough to make those decisions on the run. And we have a punt here. Pretty good punt. Will bounce out of bounds right at the 49-yard line. So Round Rock, familiar with this, starting with great field position tonight on what will be their 5th drive of the night. They scored twice, been stopped twice as well. So we'll see what they are able to come up with here in this second quarter.
Well, I hate to throw it out there so early, but this is a pretty big series for the guys in the white and purple because Round Rock, they don't need to let their defense get their heels locked in and just rush the passer and explode with their dominance on defense. They need to get a stop right here, go down there and score and get this thing tied up.
Absolutely. So seeing Round Rock come out with 2 receivers down to the bottom side of your screen. Motion here, and that's going to be a handoff to Maldonado. Maldonado has got some room to work, ends up getting tackled by Wallace again out there making the play, number 33 for the Raiders, but not after a gain of about 7 yards. So Maldonado able to take that one up for about 7, and it gets them on the other side of the field here for Round Rock.
Okay, trips open right here. Back set to the right side, the trip side. He runs a swing route, and they are on it.
They are absolutely on it, and that ball was caught by Dylan Yeager, but goes for a negative yardage. It would be about a 4-yard loss there, Coach. A design swing route, and it was just snuffed out by the Raiders. In on the tackle there was Jalen Hamilton, the linebacker, and now we have trips to the bottom side, to top side of your screen here. Round Rock in a 3rd down situation.
Okay, they have 3 across in the secondary. Looks like they're going to be manned up with some help from the free safety.
And there's a blitz here, and that ball is thrown on the ground. They're going to call that an incomplete pass. But again, pressure brought by Jalen Hamilton, who just was untouched off the edge. They did not account for him. He lined up as he was guarding the inside slot receiver, but then just comes off the edge, bringing the pressure.
Backside pressure got him again. That's the second time we've seen it. And I hate to look at him limping around.
Yeah.
He's shaking his foot a little bit. I'm hoping it's not hurting him too bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Took a shot there, Apple did, from a pretty big defender out there. Hamilton is a bigger guy, and they're going to bring out the punting unit here for Round Rock. Not going to risk this one being a bit closer, wanting to flick the field. Already done it once tonight where Cedar Ridge had to start their own 5-yard line, looking to put the pressure on them once again.
Looks like we have a timeout right here.
They're not going to sidelines, so I'm not sure if it's a timeout or a delay of game because they're going to be pushing them back a bit further.
It was thrown from the back, Judge. That was the old clock winding down. They didn't get it off.
I always wonder if those are intentional to give your punter a little bit more space to work with, but we'll see if that ends up working out for them here or if it was, just a simple mental mistake. But ball will be received right at the 15-yard line. So Round Rock does a great job flipping the field, and Cedar Ridge does a better job getting off of the field.
No doubt. Zach, from what you said a few seconds ago, did they do that on purpose to give their guy a little more room? I think as they get older and the punters get more explosive and are able to coffin corner and pin kicks back inside the 10-yard line, I think that's a deal. In high school, I don't think it's nearly as much, because if you're on the plus side of the field, you want to threaten them with going for it on fourth down. And if you're backed up, you just want to kick it as far away from your goal line as you can. That would be my take on it.
Good take there from the expert here, Coach. And we have Hal doing a fake pitch, ends up throwing it out wide, and that's going to be a positive yard play. So scheming off of what they've done all night tonight with play action.
More bootleg action.
More bootleg, exactly.
More bootleg action, which is play action off the running game. Did that off the toss sweep.
First time we saw that tonight. So we'll see if they end up running the ball off of one of these, looks that they're giving the defense. But so far has been a lot of passing plays for the Raiders, as they just have not been able to really establish a run game.
I can't hardly blame them for slowing it down against this defense.
Here we go. Hal takes the snap. Roll smash here again. Has some room to work. He's just going to throw this one out of bounds, as he was feeling the pressure there by Rawk. They were coming after him every single play, and he's doing a good job of not taking a costly sack, but ends up throwing it out of bounds for a third down and about 3.
Once again, a show and go with the bootleg action right there. Not much of a fake as far as, hey, we're going to run it. Nope, we're going to pull it and get out on the edge and attack you that way. They just want to kind of keep linebackers to slow play it, but they've got to do something to stop that defensive line.
Absolutely.
They are a terror.
And again, here we go, out to Brooks. This is going to be enough for a first down, so good play call there. Knew exactly what they needed and knew who to go to, with Brooks receiving the ball again here and getting that first down. So first down, Cedar Ridge. They have plenty of time here, folks. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in this second quarter, this first half, and Cedar Ridge looking to move the ball a little bit more here. Handoff up the middle. And again, Devonish is doing a good job back there, but he just keeps getting met in the backfield every single time he runs the football by this incredible defensive line, and we're seeing them play very hard tonight.
Zach, maybe that's why they're just doing a quick kind of token fake on the run game, because they have it in their mind that they're not really going to attack the Dragons running the football. They're just going to do it enough to keep them off balance. We're going to play action and throw it or throw it.
And tackle made by Justin Lee out there, defensive lineman. And fake pitch ends up giving it again, but nothing doing. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage here, Coach. Will be a third down and 10 after 2 attempts on the ground game.
Okay, I don't think they're in field position to where they can say we have 2 downs to go for it, unless they get 8 or 9 yards on this play and it's 4th and short. But they're looking for and traditionally, play action isn't what you do right now, because no one thinks you're going to run the football.
Drops straight back, has people in his face, but ends up escaping. Throws a dart out there, number 80, and that is going to be a first down.
Nice catch.
A great throw and catch, and it wasn't necessarily right in his hands, but Cedar Ridge does a great job of making that play, and so
kept his balance with his offhand and got enough for a first down. If he had fallen right there, it would have been 4th and short.
But, yeah, does a good job staying on his feet, and also great job by the quarterback being able to whip one with his sidearm to get that first. So 3rd and long was converted. First down here. Hal has some room. He has another man open, and again, that's to number 80. Again, sorry, we don't have the number here on our sheet here, but does a great job getting that one over the middle and continues to just light them up. And so will be a first down after the long yardage there for the Raiders. And they do a great job getting them involved. And now Rock's defense on their heels a bit, as there's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half. And Devonish gets the handoff. He finally gets a room a little bit, ends up going for about 7 before crashing into his own player, and ultimately falling down for about an 8-yard gain there.
That's the physical inside running we saw from him last week.
And again, smaller player, but does a good job just running through and keeping his feet moving. Devonish also very quick out there, so The Cedar Ridge Raiders team, they know how to move the football. They scored 56 points against Hutto and have had a tough time not scoring above 40 in a few of their games. So they're definitely not used to not scoring. And here we go. Another play action here. And Hal's just going to have to toss this one away as he was met with a few guys in the backfield already. And again, that's continually back there every single play is Justin Lee, the defensive lineman.
Yeah, that's so tough. That is so tough. He cannot feel comfortable still. I know they're moving the ball and they're making some big plays, and he's doing a great job, but it's got to be so frustrating because he can't do what he's coached to do. Footwork, football. Oh, someone's in my face. I've got to go.
Got to go, and now. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and now, because these guys have bad intentions.
So 3rd down and short here for the Raiders. Pitch out wide to Devonish. He's got some room to work, and he gets that 1st down. And first time we've really seen a wide run play here tonight from the Raiders, at least successfully. But they've run it down the middle a few times, been stuffed. But now starting to get that run game a little bit moving. 2 positive plays there.
No doubt. They're leaning on them. You said they're back on their heels. I don't think that's changed. I still think they're back on their heels. Can't really tee off on them.
And so 1st down from the 25-yard line. The Raiders are getting ready to do some work here. Fake pitch out wide. And Hal completes the ball. And that is going to be caught by Devin Patterson, the sophomore running back, who takes it out for about a 4-yard gain there.
Once again, don't need to run the ball to do a play-action run right there, play-action pass, making them think you're going to run it. You just have to have a little bit of respect for it, even if that has not had much action tonight.
Absolutely, and see some defensive linemen for the Dragons come out, so potentially a good time to run the football here for the Raiders. They drop back to pass, has man open in the end zone, but that ball is going to be thrown a little bit out of reach there, intended for the Cedar Ridge Raider, number 18, and that was Audric Williams, a sophomore. So getting a few sophomores involved here tonight, but had a little bit more time there in the pocket there, Coach.
Yeah, he was definitely had a chance to set his feet and let it rip right there. Just unfortunately, he threw it over the intended receiver.
And so, again, faced with a 3rd down here, been able to get out of a few of these situations so far tonight, and especially on this drive. Trips formation in the bottom of your screen. They're sending everybody here, and Hal has really nowhere to go with it, and he gets sacked on the play. Had a few men running open in the end zone, but the pressure was just too much there.
Yeah, and it's easy for us to see guys running wide open. Hey, why don't you throw it to that? Guys, he's absolutely running for his life back there sometimes, and sometimes it's because of lack of blocking. Sometimes it's a play called by the defense just ends up being a great play called against that offense at the time.
And so timeout here taken by Round Rock as they're going to ice the kicker. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good.
And, folks, back again here. It's a crucial 4th down, and Cedar Ridge is going to be sending out their kicking unit. So this will be definitely a deep field goal for them as the ball is going to be at the 25-yard line. So that's going to be a 42-yard field goal here for a 43-yard field goal for the kicking unit. And back to kick for the Raiders is Cooper.
Dragons are in a safe defense right here. They're not coming after it, so he should be able to get it off.
And gets it off and actually gets tipped. And that ball is going to be no good. So they actually got in there, and Round Rock was able to tip the football as it just it looked like it had the distance, but it just did not go. So Dragons come off clean from that drive, and the Raiders were able to take it from their own 25-yard line all the way down to the other 25-yard line, but come up with no points.
Big stop right there. There's 3:17 remaining in the first half, and let's see if they're aggressive right here. Try and get something going real quick.
Absolutely, and please make sure to like and subscribe to the web stream. We'd really appreciate it. iHSFAN is bringing you Round Rock ISD football all year long, so we'll be joining you guys for a lot more football games here. But we have a great one here tonight. Round Rock taking the snap here. Apple's got some time, ends up throwing the ball a little bit under, had a few Raiders in his face there, so pressure generated by a three-man front for Cedar Ridge and ends up getting in there and disrupting the pass.
Yeah, that just wasn't put on the money like he was doing earlier, and I think it's pretty indicative of the kind of effort they're getting from their defensive line, that the three guys, without bringing any heat, were able to put pressure on him.
So trips to the top side of your screen here. Bottom is Hurley, who's had a great night tonight, 2 touchdowns already. See if they try to go to him here. But Apple, snap, hands it off to Maldonado, who tries to break it out but just doesn't really go anywhere. And again, the tackle is made out in space by 48, which is Jalen Hamilton, who's just been all over the field tonight.
Yeah, he's their big striker. He goes to the wide side of the field, and he's their special force player.
Definitely out there making a lot of good plays, and he's a bigger guy, a lot taller out there, so he's able to see a little bit more than everybody else. But Round Rock is faced with a 3rd and 9 here, folks. So twins to the bottom side of your screen, single receiver up top, and that's Hurley, the single receiver side. They're going to see a fall start for the Dragons, and that is not what you want to see if you're the head coach of the Round Rock Dragons.
And it sure doesn't hurt your feelings on the other side, because now it's 3rd and 14, and they've got a ways to go, so you can play pretty aggressively up front and give yourself make the quarterback get it out of his hands pretty quickly and then come up and make a tackle. Then they'll have a decision to make. Are they willing to take a chance going for it on 4th down inside their own 40?
And we've seen both schools not really be able to run the ball too much tonight, but the passing game has been open for both. So we'll see what they do here, passing the ball, and there's going to be a flag in the backfield. And Apple's got some wheels, coach. He's able to take that. Oh, my goodness, he's so quick. Took that from the 20-yard line all the way to 50 in about a second.
I have a feeling it's coming back, though, Zach.
Yep. Will be most likely a holding or different call here, but we also have another flag towards the sideline of Cedar Ridge around the 1st down marker, so we'll see what the call is. Be holding. Penalties decline because there is another holding on. So 2 holdings on Round Rock. 1 will be accepted. Will be 3rd and long for the Dragons, but Apple taking off for the first time tonight, showing us he's got some speed back there.
Well, now we know you can't hide that.
No.
Can't hide that when he takes off and runs like that. He can run.
Hadn't need to really take off and run because he's had a lot of time in the pocket tonight. He's able to find his target, but showing us the wheels there. 3rd down and about a 24-yard field to go after the 2 penalties, and they're just going to try to go up to Hurley deep here. And he had the ball in his hands but ends up dropping it. Great coverage out wide by Eddie Carruthers, who's been called on tonight to be the main guy out there. He's got an interception early, but my goodness, every time they go up to Hurley, you just think he's coming down with the football.
Yes, and now I think I have a pretty good idea of why the quarterback from Round Rock, he's pretty cool and collected, because he knows if he needs to, he's got the jets. He can get away from some cats if he needs to.
Absolutely, and so Round Rock going to have to punt from inside their own end zone here. With that stops the clock too. So Cedar Ridge is going to have the ball with all 3 of their timeouts and about 2:15 to go here, and the ball's on the turf. The ball is on the turf, and he gets the ball away. But that was a scary point there, Coach, and it gives a friendly Round Rock Dragons bounce all the way over. And so what could have been a disaster ends up being a great punt, ends up going about 57 yards down the field to about the 42-yard line. So Dragons almost had the ball turn into a safety, but ends up turning into a positive as they get and flip the field.
You know, Zach, people talk about teams get lucky. God, they got lucky. Well, let me just tell you, it's not getting lucky a lot of times. Sometimes you make your own luck. Had they been rushing, trying to go after the punt, they would have either had a touchdown or a safety right there. But they were staying back and they're playing safe, which is probably the right thing to do right there.
Handoff up the middle of Devonish. He gets tackled in the backfield, and he's just got really nowhere to go. That's Whit Kipperman making the play there on the defensive line, number 56. He does a good job there getting back there. But, again.
Back to that point about the punt, Zach, it's a win-win for you. You go after it, and something good happens, a bad snap, you get good result. Or if you play back and you put your best skill kid back there and you can get a good result. They're still starting on their own 42, which is a good place to start.
Absolutely. Drive. And Devonish gets the handoff, and he's, and he bounces out wide, actually. I thought he was tackled, but he ends up going for about a 7 or 8 yard gain there. It looked like he was wrapped in the backfield. He gets contact almost immediately when he gets past that line of scrimmage.
He's getting lucky to get into the line of scrimmage. Sometimes he's getting hit in the backfield.
It's just tough going right now for both of these schools on the ground. We've seen a few, bursts where, they get, 10 or 11 yards, but a lot of the damage tonight has been done via the air and throwing that ball deep. But it'd be 3rd down and 5 here, and the Raiders taking a bit more time off the clock, maybe thinking about not giving the Dragons back the ball no matter what happens.
Yeah, they're not rushing things right now, Zach.
And how screenplay to Devonish, and this opens up a little bit, will not be enough for the first down, will just be about half a yard short for the Raiders. So decision time here, but about 20 seconds left, so they could just let this one roll out to end the first half, and I think they might do that here, not risking it. But 4th down and about 1 to go. During halftime, we'll hear a word from our.
They'll call a timeout and go for one play and try and go score. And there's the timeout.
There is the timeout. So
may as well give it a crack, even if you chunk it all the way down there and get a penalty, or if you have some kind of trick play you're comfortable with, end of game type situation. Go ahead, cut it loose, see what happens, and you do know you have a GoDaddy who everyone in the district knows about. Everyone has a hard time covering him so far. Heck, throw it up. Maybe he can make a play.
Yeah, absolutely. And it 1 second left. Might as well use your 3 timeouts. You're not going to be able to keep them to the next half. But during halftime, we'll have a word from our sponsors. We'll check in from some scores around the district as well as just some Central Texas area games. Do a little bit of analysis, but also make sure to bring you the action from the band. The Round Rock Band is dressed in their uniforms. They're looking very, very clean tonight. They have the top hats on and everything, and I know that that means that they're going to be going to competition on Saturday, and this is kind of their run-through, so definitely want to give them some airtime as well. But we'll have one play here, Round Rock dropping back 3 men all the way to their 15-yard line, just expecting a deep bomb here. And we'll have another timeout. So just two quick timeouts here, and I think they'll just be talking this one over. Maybe didn't like what they saw. Maybe just want to be taking this one to halftime, but we'll see what they end up calling here for the Raiders.
Yeah, let's see if they give it a whirl. And also, when you look back there and you see the kind of athletes that the Dragons put back, do you really? Yeah, it looks like they're going to go victory formation and take a knee.
Yeah,
with Devonish all the way back there.
Yeah, they saw
4 guys across the back to where if we throw a pick, now all our big dudes have to tackle one of those dudes in space. Maybe not worth the risk.
Yeah. So good.
14-7, Zach. This has been a great first half.
Yeah, good first half here tonight, Coach. As you mentioned, you don't want to have your big offensive lineman having to try to tackle someone in space. That's something they're not really coached to do. But Round Rock coming down, they're not going directly to the locker room just yet. Looks like they'll have a bit of a meeting. But Cedar Ridge, coming out here strong. They're able to move the ball, and something that we weren't really expecting, knowing how good this defense was. But Cedar Ridge's defense has stepped up to the plate and done a really good job. Besides a few big plays, they're right in this game.
No doubt. Everyone says how good Round Rock's defense is in the district. Well, I'm not too sure that the defense in the white tonight isn't just as good. They just gave up, they've given up some big plays that are hard to accept. But looks like coaching staff is having a little bit of a discussion with their kids before they go inside.
Yeah, definitely. If you're Round Rock and you're coming off 4 wins, playing Cedar Ridge, who's on paper 1-3 tonight. Coming into this one, you got to expect a little bit of domination. I don't think they got what they really ordered in this first half. Being up a touchdown is great, but for Round Rock, it's definitely not level setting their expectations. So we'll expect a few different adjustments here tonight, Coach. But any other remarks before we go hear from our sponsors?
No, it'll be good to see these bands get to be on the broadcast and the drill teams and all the, the Rifle Corps and all those people. You've mentioned it before, but they spend a lot of tireless hours and they spend a lot of time working to perfect their craft. So let's watch them and appreciate what they do tonight.
Absolutely. And we'll go ahead and leave it on the screen for a little bit, but we will also be listening to some of our ads from our sponsors. So we're going to go quiet for a bit, take a break, relax, and enjoy. We'll be here in about 30 minutes for the second half.
Alpha Paving Industries, LLC, is an award-winning, full-service paving and pavement maintenance company. We are headquartered in Round Rock with offices in Houston and Dallas-Fort Worth, servicing cities throughout Texas. In an industry typically known for its lack of professionalism and customer service, Alpha Paving Industries was founded with a vision to provide Texas with a trusted, dependable paving contractor that delivers a strong customer experience, meticulous project management, utmost professionalism, and quality workmanship. In 2013, Alpha Paving Industries, LLC was awarded the City of Austin Small Business of the Year Award for its outstanding service in the City of Austin, and was recognized this year as a top contractor with 4constructionpros.com. These awards are a testament to how we do business with all our customers. If you're looking for Texas's most dependable asphalt paving contractor, contact Alpha today. Longtime McNeil parent Brian Kerman is a realtor who works for RE/MAX Capital City. Brian is involved in helping Round Rock families buy, sell, invest, and lease properties in the greater Austin area. He has been doing so for over 24 years. As a thank you to the community, he will be honored to donate $1,000 to your favorite booster club or other 501c3 if you use him and you close on a property. We hope you will contact Brian for all of your real estate needs at 512-921-4490 or at briankerman@remax.net. Bush's Chicken is a proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs, with stores in Cedar Park, Round Rock, Georgetown, both North and South Austin, and our newest store serving Pflugerville and Hutto. Bush's serves the Texas standard in real hand-battered fried chicken and crispy tenders, tasty rolls, and that famous Bush's sweet tea. Bush's Chicken, proud supporter of area schools, athletic programs, and booster clubs. The Texas standard. Bush's Chicken. It's good, good, good. Interested in or looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the Stacy Group and realtor Cameron Freeman. Cameron specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. Contact realtor Cameron Freeman at the Stacy Group today with a text or call to 512-740-1836 to learn more. In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme, Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard. Join the Covert family today.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Are you ready to take your celebrations to the next level? Imagine luxury indoor sleepovers that bring the magic of glamping right into your home, or a posh picnic party that brings elegance and charm to your outdoor space. Whether you're planning a birthday bash or a simple get-together with friends, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events is here to make your dreams come true for any special occasion. Our event planning services will ensure every detail is perfect, leaving you free to enjoy the moment. So let Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events turn your next celebration into a memorable masterpiece.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045. You are listening to the Horn Webcast Network, powered by iHSFAN. If you're interested in advertising on or privately supporting this webcast, please reach out to us on Twitter at iHSFAN. All audio rights of this webcast presentation belong to iHSFAN, and any intent to rebroadcast or retransmit must have express written consent from iHSFAN.
And we're back here, folks. So a great night tonight. As you can tell, it's a beautiful night, 79 degrees here in Austin, Texas. Sorry, Round Rock, Texas, as we are at Round Rock Dragon Stadium in this historic building. Seen a lot of great football over many of the years. And so definitely seeing the band now for Cedar Ridge out. So going to be a bit quiet and just kind of continue to listen to them. But we'll be back with some more updates in a bit. Hey, folks, we are back and happy to have you here again in Round Rock, Texas. It is a beautiful night for football. We are really enjoying ourselves, and this is a great matchup tonight. As the score predicts, it's 14-7, and Round Rock, coming into this game 4-0, expecting to kind of, do some damage to the Raiders as the Raiders come in 1-3. But tonight, it's a one-score game. Coach obviously saw a lot of great things tonight, but what did you see from either team that really stood out to you?
What I saw is what I think everyone saw, and that's a lot of defensive stardom out there. You got players making plays all over the place, a couple busts in the secondary, and a great play over the top for the Raiders to get their score. But outside of that, it's been a defensive struggle.
Absolutely. We definitely experienced that defense, and it's something that, is something that we didn't really expect coming out of this game for at least the Raiders. We knew that Round Rock, had held teams to under 21 points 3 out of 4 games this year. But the Raiders, the last couple weeks have been pretty much shootouts in district so far. So not really expecting the defense to come out. But their defensive line coach, we talked about it during the little break there, has played lights out and really has made it tough for Round Rock to run the football and really had to make them throw the ball almost anytime they needed yards because, it just was not going anywhere. And that's for both sides of the football. The run game just has not been there, so both teams are resorted to the pass. And you can see the band has cleared out of the field. Wanted to give you guys a brief recap of the other games in district right now. Again, remember last night, Westwood beat Maynard to get their first win of the year and to get their first district win. McNeil is playing Stony Point right now over at the Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex, and they are winning 21-17. It is halftime over there, and you can catch that game on the iHSFAN network. So once this game gets started, you can go ahead and kind of bounce between the two and stay all up to date with all the Round Rock ISD action. And then other game in district, Vandergrift is at Vista Ridge right now. Vista Ridge is down 31-7 as the Vandergrift Vipers looking to reestablish dominance as they have been at the top of this district, just like Round Rock for the past couple of years.
No doubt. And we talked about a defensive struggle. Don't kid yourself. It's not that we can't see a bunch of points in the second half. That's for sure. We've seen these teams score in a hurry. Doesn't mean it's going to be a defensive struggle in the second half, but that is definitely what we saw in the first half. And I expect both defensive lines to establish dominance again here in the second half.
Absolutely, and last week we saw, Cedar Ridge do most of their damage in between the two starting and ending quarters there, where they scored 28 points within, the first, between the second and third quarter. So they can definitely score in a hurry. And Round Rock, we've seen the big play multiple times tonight. And we appreciate, everybody kind of looking into the game. But overall, we're about to see Round Rock take the field as well as the Raiders. They're getting warmed up out of halftime. Obviously, some adjustments. So we'll see if, they can get the ball running. Taking a lead, you need to be able to run the football. And I'm sure Round Rock is going to look to score, and the Raiders are going to look to keep up with the pace tonight. And that's kind of been the story. 1 minute and 28 seconds left before we kick off again for the second half. Remember, Cedar Ridge will be receiving the football as the Dragons took it as they won the coin toss to start the game.
This could really, really be a statement when they come out this first drive. If they're to come down here and move the football, or like they did last time when they did have a scoring drive, have a big play, whether it's on defense to get them going on that pick to get things rolling, and then the big play over the top with Brooks. These guys are looking for something to spark them, and this starting of the second half, being right square in the middle of it, has to be exciting for them.
Absolutely, and so as we get really excited to kick this one off, we have Round Rock awaiting their takeoff from their huge Dragon Head, which is very formidable, and we see them take the field here with the Texas, U.S., and Round Rock flag here tonight, Coach. And another opponent tonight that is taken to the skies that we have had a few in the booth tonight. The Crickets are always out at this field seemingly around halftime and through the end of the game. They're flying around all of the lights up there. But, Coach, that's something.
Dive bombers, man. They're gonna be scaring some of these people out of the stands here pretty soon.
And here comes Cedar Ridge Raiders as they look to open it up a bit. Brooks has been involved a lot tonight, the wide receiver number 0 for them, and he's been, pretty much most of the offense here, apart from a few big plays from Cedar Ridge, and they have been doing a really, really good job trying to keep the pace with the Dragons. The Dragons have really run up the score on a lot of different teams, so we'll see if they break away during this halftime. But just a reminder, please like and subscribe to our webcast, and just a word from our title sponsor, AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win? Shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, and Tracks. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevrolet.westaustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 and Duval today. Together, let's drive. And so, again, Cedar Ridge will be returning this one. Back there to return is Hall and as well as Josiah Ray, number 3. So we've seen Round Rock kick it deep a few times tonight. They'll probably do the same here, and it's been a good result for them.
Yes, they're not afraid to kick it deep. A lot of teams are not wanting to kick the ball deep, but they trust the 10 they have running down there and their kicker to punch it where they expect it. And there it goes again.
Yeah, it's a booming kick. That's going to be out of the back of the end zone. So we were talking about that tonight, Coach. We hadn't seen a kicker be able to push it all the way through the end zone, and right there, Round Rock has definitely a kicker on their team who's able to push it back there. Ball will be right at the 25-yard line for the Raiders to start this drive, to start this half.
No doubt. And here we go. It's going to be that stinger defense they've got out there, and let's see if they can establish their dominance up front again the way they did early on, or let's see if they can get Cedar Ridge can get some guys loose in the secondaries. Brooks is in the slot from the beginning in a tight end position. And
different running back behind quarterback Howell there. That's Malik Hamilton. He gets leveled, and that was a huge play by Justin Lee, who we've talked about a lot tonight. He came off the edge flying, and, Coach, that was a big pop.
Well, someone had to make a statement. I guess he wanted to.
And that's a great way to start out this half for the Dragons. Will be a loss of about 5 yards there. So 2nd down and 5 as they give the handoff to Hamilton, and Hamilton's not really able to do much with it as he's met directly in the backfield.
Hamilton's saying, why am I out here if I'm going to have to take that kind of lick? Here we go, 2nd and long.
Devonish back there again. And then here we go, rollout smash. And we'll find the sophomore for the Cedar Ridge Raiders, and that's Devin Patterson, who's able to get the ball for about a yard gain maybe on the play. So it'll be 3rd down and about 14 to go. We see the Cedar Ridge student section have the whiteout. They're throwing powder up in the air tonight, making it a bit smoky over there. But Cedar Ridge facing a 3rd down and long here, Coach, to start off their first drive.
Yeah, 3rd and long. That's a tough situation to be in. Long road to hoe if you're the quarterback with that defensive line coming at you.
Hal throws it up deep. He's got a man, but just misses, and that ball was intended for Audric Williams, the sophomore, who had some space, but I think just a bit of miscommunication. Good coverage also on the bottom screen.
Really good coverage. Made the receiver come a little bit too far inside. Receiver got over the top of him, but he had already rerouted him a little bit too much for them to get a completion.
And so back to kick for the Raiders.
In traditional punting situation right here, on the ground, gets it off.
And that will be bouncing right out at the 46-yard line for the Raiders. And so we are excited to bring this one to you, and wanted to just let you know, please like and subscribe to our webcast, iHSFAN, bringing you the action. And you can catch another game on the network right now with McNeil playing Stony Point in a game that both, Stony Point's looking to get their first district win. McNeil looking to bounce back from a tough district loss last week against Round Rock. And here we go, Apple back in the backfield with Maldonado. Outside wide is going to be
an incomplete pass on the RPO. They're starting off just the way they start off the game.
And so for Round Rock, they're looking at a second down and about 10 from their own 46-yard line or 44-yard line. So, Round Rock's definitely been in great field position a lot tonight, and that's got to be a little bit frustrating if you're a coach not being able to convert, nearly as much as you'd like, given how well you start off with the ball every time. But looking here, second down and about 10 to go, motion, and Apple takes the snap. It's going to be pull, Reed there, and he's got some room to work. We saw his wheels earlier, but he gets smacked for about a 3 or 4 yard gain there by Eddie Carruthers, who's been all over the field tonight, has a huge interception that set up a touchdown for the Raiders earlier in the first quarter.
No doubt. That was a little zone read action. It didn't look like any routes out there, and he was straight taking off running once he pulled it. They were blocking out there for him. He got a good little crease. Carruthers came downhill and met him.
And Apple looks a little bit limpy back there as he's taking a couple big shots tonight from the Raiders. But dual back set, motion, and a good route combination out there with the swing route and the spot was able to get it to number 17, who's been counted a lot tonight. That's Carson Griffin. And, yeah, absolutely a good play call there. And for Round Rock, player's helmet came off, and it looks like a flag on the field.
Yes, there's a flag down. Still waiting to see what's going to happen.
So the ball is currently spotted at the 36-yard line for the Raiders, but we'll see if this one's going to be coming back here, folks.
Could be illegal use of the hands. Personal foul.
Defense personal foul, so they'll be getting a little bit extra on this one.
Well, when you see an offensive lineman run off the field with his face mask off, he didn't do it on purpose, and he probably didn't grab it and shake it or anything. Just going head-to-head headbutting is not going to knock that thing off, so I'm guessing there was a hands to the face.
And Cedar Ridge is pointing towards going the other way, and I think the refs are reevaluating this one. They're going to be pushing Round Rock back. So maybe a misinterpretation on that one. Personal foul is on Round Rock, not on Cedar Ridge. Bit confusing call there.
From here, it's definitely confusing because it was thrown from behind the play. The Round Rock's guy came off without his helmet. How'd that happen? That's why we watch film on Saturday morning, Zacharoon.
Absolutely.
Get to see exactly what happened. The eye in the sky don't lie.
And those film sessions are intense.
Okay, moving to the next subject about the film sessions in high school football.
Oh, yeah. They you can hear exactly what you did wrong on every single play. Pretty much it can be dissected.
Or what you did right.
Absolutely.
Or what you did right. You hear them both.
Always know if you messed up on Friday night, you're going to hear about it next day and Saturday. Kind of getting ready for that one to happen from the coaching standpoint and the player standpoint. But definitely crucial to understand, what went wrong, how you did it, and where you can improve. That's honestly the point of film and to study it so much.
No doubt. You want to get better. Doesn't matter if you're talking about your coaching ability, your player. Everyone wants to get better, and the way you do it is continue to prepare, and the best way to do that is understand what you're doing by watching film.
And so it will end up being a third down.
I still don't know what happened on the penalty.
I feel like we've had a couple of these this year. So we'll be taking – it seems to be another few minutes to kind of decipher this one. But as it stands now, folks, third down and about 5 to go. Ball is at the 49-yard line. Again – still a bit of a conversation here. It looks like they're calling in every single ref on the field to meet at the middle.
Wowzer. This is interesting to me. I do know this. Unless the Dragons call a timeout, 51's not going to be on the field for this next play.
Yep, helmet came off, have to stay on the field until another timeout or the next play. But just a bit of confusion on the ref side. Initial call, again, was against Cedar Ridge, and then they took that one back and started moving the ball backwards against Round Rock, but then they settled right around midfield. So kind of taking the momentum and a little bit of air out of this facility tonight, but we'll see what the Dragons kind of come up with here, as it is apparently a first down now from the 49-yard line.
Well, there's some oh boy, there's some unhappy coaches on the Round Rock sideline, and I don't know what the take is on the other side. I wish I could see him, and I wish I could be on the headset and see what was bantering back and forth right now, because that's interesting. Now it's 1st and 10 on the -49.
Yep. So 1st and 10, really interesting, call. It was a long pass play, ended up being a penalty, but first down nonetheless. Twins to the top side of your screen here. Single receiver to the bottom. Maldonado gets the handoff, and he's met right in the backfield. Again, the run game just has not been there for either team tonight, and it's done a great job. And that tackle was made by 97 Jonah Collins for the Raiders, but just seemingly meeting them in the backfield every time. Both of these O-lines are struggling to pick up the blitz, or at least the defensive line on the run.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with their hands playing off blocks. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here. Twins to the bottom, your side of your screen. And this is going to be our design rollout.
Well,
and he's got some room.
Yeah.
Great coverage down there by the Raiders. And on the coverage there was Jaden Fike. He does a good job just covering that one up, pushing it out of bounds. And quarterback Jack Apple had nowhere to really run with it. I thought he was about to take off, but tried to hum one in there, and ends up being 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, as much as he knows he's got wheels to go, he also knows he's taking a few shots tonight. So he's probably being told, hey, you need to be a little more careful with how you fly around and get smoked by the other team.
Slide. That's what the coaches tell you. So quarterback's going to take this ball. 3rd down and 10. Apple has his shot and has pressure in his face. Ends up getting picked off, and that's picked off.
There's a lot of room to run
by
right
Matthew
there.
Newton, who's able to take it down inside the 20-yard line. So the second time that Apple has been picked off tonight. And, Coach, that was caused by Jalen Hamilton coming off the edge and obliterating the quarterback, who made a tough throw. Ultimately gets a little bit overthrown into the defense. But a great call there. And Hamilton has had 2 or 3 of those plays tonight where he's just disrupted everything.
Yeah, he's a problem. He's a problem when he comes off the edge. He's long. He's got a long wingspan, it looks like, to where if he gets his hands up in the air, it'd be tough to throw over him. And when he comes to strike you, he's there.
And absolutely just delivered a shot.
This is what happened when they scored their 7 points earlier. They had a big defensive play that set up.
And Hal has a man, and he's able to deliver that over the middle, and that ball was caught that's Devin Patterson, again, the sophomore. So they've gone to him quite a bit tonight on that little out route, and you see it's working there. Hal had a few men in his face, but delivers a good ball, and now they're sitting in a 1st and goal ball at the 7-yard line.
Well, looks like the coaches are tired of seeing on the sideline here, tired of seeing the same bootleg action get on the edge.
Yeah, the sending cement to contain. And so now Hal takes the snap. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting just a bunch of dragons in his face.
Definitely right there looked like someone went the wrong way. Either Hal or the back went the wrong way.
And so that will be a loss of about 2 yards here. So 2nd and goal from the 9. And Hal is going to have to work some magic here as the defense is going to start bearing down. It does get a little bit tougher to score when you're in the red zone. The lines get, smushed. You don't have as much space to kind of play with it. So a bit tougher here, especially haven't been able to run the ball too much. But Devonish in the backfield, Twins out to the each side, motion here, slide out. Hal's got some space. He's able to move around, and he's got to throw this one out. Watt, he delivers it, and that will be right at the line of scrimmage. Well, let's see if they mark him.
Looked like it was complete.
It was complete, and they're going to mark him back a couple yards. So it was complete right at the line of scrimmage, ends up being driven back. So it'll be 3rd down and goal, but from the 13-yard line.
Boy, Zach, this is a big play. If they can get down inside the 5, I think they'll go for it and try and tie this thing up.
Need a few yards here. No, you don't need all of it necessarily, but you got to have to think that this is 2-down territory.
Yeah, because we've seen them kickoff and they pooch and they pooch and they pooch, well, maybe because their kicker can't make it from very deep out here on a field goal attempt.
And they're going to go to Brooks out wide, and he's able to catch the football, and that is a touchdown. Brooks is that guy, and that is a touchdown. We'll see if they call a push-off here or if it's going to be defensive pass interference, but there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, got a flag on the field.
So can't get too happy here if you're the Raiders, but it does look like they're picking up the flag, so it will be a touchdown. Defensive pass interference was most likely the call, so the Raiders go down and score and make this a 1-point game. And the extra point is good.
Well, there are many years where I talked to quarterbacks, and I would always tell them never turn a bad play into a turnover. And that was one of our mantras in my years of coaching quarterbacks. And really, the two scores tonight have both come off what, Zach?
Turnovers.
Quarterback gets smoked in the backfield. I don't know if it's an ill-advised throw, but he wasn't able to put everything on it. That's for darn sure. So it ends up being just kind of a duck out there, and it gets picked off.
Second time tonight that Apple has been intercepted. He's made some great plays, been able to throw 2 touchdowns, both to Hurley. And on the opposite side, you have Howe, who's been able to throw 2 touchdowns to Brooks. So Reese Brooks and Hurley are having a competition tonight to see who can get the most touchdowns from the wide receiver position. Both extremely talented at that, being able to just go up and catch the ball. But Brooks, high pointing that football, man-on-man coverage, defensive holding, and ends up still pulling it down with the touchdown. A great overall play there from the Raiders.
Well, the kicker's looking like he's going to pooch it this way again. So 85's moving up, and there's the pooch. And
it's going to be caught out of bounds, but ends up being a little bit of a muff kick there. So ball will be right out at the 29-yard line.
Okay, Zach, what they're going to do from now on, I think, is they're going to move all the lines up to where as soon as the kicker lines up to pooch one side or the other, they're going to move the deep back, let him come up, let the guy on the third level go up and block for him, and still have one of your best athletes return a kickoff. That one of the guys you want to return the kicks.
And so here we go. Apple back to go again. Yep, and motion here. Hand off to Maldonado. Maldonado, again, it's just tough sledding tonight here for both of these running back sides. This teeth of the defense just really making it tough to really move it besides about 3 or 4 yards per gain. But it will be a second down and about 7 to go here.
Zach, I just have a sneaky suspicion they're going to call for 2 guys in motion not getting set when they're shifting. If you notice, he's stepping back and going across as the receiver steps up. Well, he's got to be set before and not have them both moving at the same time.
It's a lot of movement, and one of these times it might be called for that. And another snap here. Snap goes, and that is taken up by Moose Garleton. So Moose able to take that one up for a few yards, and it will be a third down and about 5 to go here for the Dragons.
If they're both in motion and then everyone gets set again for a full second, he's fine.
Right.
But I just can see he's going to go in motion, and they're going to put him in motion, and instead of shifting to the other side, just snap it while he's on the run. They need to make sure they get set before that happens.
So Hurley, single receiver down to the bottom side of your screen. They have man coverage, it looks like. Might be bringing the house here for Cedar Ridge. They are. And it looks like they will get to him, but he delivers a good ball, Apple does, to number 17 for the Dragons. And that ball was caught by Carson Griffin, but it goes for a no gain, Coach. So it'll be fourth down and about actually negative yardage there. So fourth down and about 6.
And they got what they wanted up top. They got one-on-one coverage up top. It's just he had someone in his face and had to roll out this way, so he had no chance to go to the backside.
And you saw the blitz coming there, Coach. So he understood that he had kind of had to get out of the pocket. But Round Rock forced the punt here on their drive tonight, second drive of the night of the second half. And snap away. Good punt here. And that's back to receive Josiah Ray, who was going to field that one right around the 26-yard line. So Cedar Ridge would love to go down and score here. Haven't been able to score not off a turnover. I know that it's been a bit tough running the football, but they've been able to move it pretty well, throwing the ball and doing their rollouts that they've been loving tonight, Coach. We'll see if they stick with that, or if they have another thing in there, another play in their a wrench in their playbook that they can kind of throw at Round Rock.
What they want to throw at Round Rock is another defensive turnover to where they can set up their score, because they've had 2 turnovers. They both turned into 7 points each. So that's why we're at 5:59 left in the third quarter. We're tied at 14.
And great job by the Cedar Ridge defense to get off the field once again. And there's that fake pitch rollout to Howell, and he's got a man open, just misses him open up in the field, and that would have been a big play intended for R.J. Caudill. And Howell just would love that one back, as it's going to be second down and about 10 to go here for the Raiders.
This much, Zach, we're this much away from the Raiders taking the lead right there, because on the outside, the defender was running with the number 1 receiver, and had he caught that, he had 2 steps on the defender. So here we go. We're 2nd and 10.
2 high safeties look for the Dragons, and we have 2 out wide for the Raiders. Howell looking. He's got plenty of time. First time tonight. Ends up throwing this one out of bounds. Oh, risky throw there, but had a couple guys in the area, and it was able to just kind of get that one off. But I think he was a little bit surprised with how much time he had there.
Yeah, they brought pressure up the middle. It was picked up, and he thought he had to get out of there, and he really didn't. So he backed straight up and then just kind of cut loose with it. And
when you're running for your life all night, you kind of get in the same habit. Oh, I got to go.
A little bit jittery. I think you're right there, Zach. A little bit jittery.
And so Howell is going to take a sack there, and back in there to get the sack is Barris Owens, a senior D lineman. He does a great job getting to the to the tackle and does a nice celebration to cap it off. Will be a 4th down and about 17 to go for the Raiders, and they're going to have to punt this one away. So not a good drive when all your plays are negative for the Raiders, but it's kind of just been the deal with playing the Dragons. They are so tough up front.
Who's going to make the next mistake, Zach? I think that's what it's going to come down to. Who makes the next mistake and gives up a score that way, because it doesn't seem like.
Oh, wow. They almost blocked the kick there, Coach. And that ball has gotten away, takes a friendly Raiders bounce, and it's going to settle right around the 45-yard line for Round Rock.
It doesn't seem like either team's going to be able to just take it down there and maul the other team and take it down and score. It's either a big play off of the arm from the quarterback for Round Rock, or it's a turnover and then a big play for the
Raiders. Exactly.
That's right.
And it just goes to show exactly right. Take care of the football. Obviously, Apple's done a good job tonight being able to put some points on the board and deliver a lot of good throws, but just has been hit, and that caused an overthrow. And now we'll see what they come out with this drive. Snap here, and that's going to be a read play. Maldonado goes out for about 2 yards there. So, again, Coach, it's just not much on the ground game.
Not a lot going in there, but they're definitely not willing to give up on it, because as tough a running as it's been inside all night, they continue to give it a whirl on 1st or 2nd down.
They're going to, it's just so crucial to have to establish the run game. It's you need it. And we got trips down to the bottom side of your screen here in a triangle formation. Looking for the snap. Apple hands it off. And he's going to keep that one, actually. And he's got some wheels, folks. We talked about this earlier. He's going to get enough, and that will be just enough for a 1st down. So he does a good job getting out there. We'll see if they give it to him. They're actually going to call it 3rd down. Nope, they're giving it to him. 1st down. 1st down, and good run there by Apple. Not a design keeper, but ends up reading the defender and takes it out wide for a nice scamper. Looking at 1st down and 10 here from the 45-yard line of Cedar Ridge. And another read option play there, and he's just got some wheels, folks. And there goes Apple down the sideline, picking up a good chunk, picking up about 16 yards, 17 yards on the run there. So two read plays where he's able to kind of fool the defense and pull it for a great run.
Well, that's what happens when you run play action all night, or you run zone read all night, and you give it, or you bootleg off, and then you finally pull it and run with a dude who can run like that. It's pretty special.
And Round Rock going super, super run heavy here. So maybe thinking they're a little bit hesitant to put the ball in the air and just trying to get a little bit more done on the ground so far could open up some things if they lull the defense into a run every time, can just throw it over the top. So Round Rock in a good position here. Second down and about 11 to go. And there's a play action. And found men in his face, ends up throwing it out wide, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Attended on the play was Daniel Barry for the Round Rock Dragons, but just slightly over. And again, Coach, pressure in the face, making that a tough throw.
Yeah, he's not the biggest quarterback in the district, that's for sure. He might be the fastest one in the district, but he's definitely not the biggest one in the district. And it kind of shows up every once in a while. Guys are in his face.
It's tough to make that throw when, throwing over, big linemen as well. It makes it tough. But now it's a 3rd down and 11 situation here for Round Rock.
You think they may peek at Brooks?
And they have Hurley down at the bottom of the screen here.
Sorry, Hurley.
And again, RPO here, and just misses his receiver. Had plenty of open space to work, but Apple just a bit too much outside, a little too much for number 9 to handle for Round Rock. That's Elijah Ellis, the tight end for Round Rock, and it looks like they're going to bring out their punting unit or kicking unit here. They're going to be attempting the field goal, so it will be just under a 47-yarder here, folks.
Great play call, just didn't execute right there. And yes, it's kind of, I started thinking about the two Hurley and Brooks guys. I went the wrong one that time.
Both having such a great game, 2 touchdowns, and a great, great kick. That is sailing through. That could have been good from 55. A great kick there from the Round Rock kicker, and that will be enough to put Round Rock ahead there, folks. So
I think that answers our question, what we've talked about before. Gosh, they definitely have a guy who can boot it through.
And kicking for Round Rock is Gibson Granger, the senior. So he's showing off his boot tonight. He's been able to kick through the end zone and kicks, an easy 47-yard field goal for Round Rock. So if you're the Dragons, you have to love, being able to be confident in your kicking team.
Yeah, well, it's not like Walter Rule back in 1982 when he, right before halftime, kicked a 53-yarder for the W.B. Ray Fighting Texans to win that ball game 3-0 against the Round Rock Dragons. I was part of that game. So anyway, just had to throw that one in as far as long field goals.
Seen some good field goals here, and it's just really crazy, the testament to how good the kicking teams have gotten, especially in the NFL, where we're regularly seeing 50, almost 60-yard field goals go through the uprights. Especially last night with one Brandon Aubrey just doing so well with the Cowboys. But have a kick here, and that's going to be a pooch onside. And what a great play! Flag on the play though. What a play call there, and Hurley's able to grab the onside kick. What a smart, savvy call, but I have a feeling this one's going to be coming back. He might have been out of bounds and did not reestablish himself. We'll see what the call is here, or offsides, but the call is going to be on Round Rock. They will re-kick.
Boy, things like this, you really wish you had the benefit of watching a screen with the
instant replay.
But anyway, looks like it's going to be 5 yards the other way.
And what an impressive kick from their kicker. Just dropped it right exactly where it needed to be. Hurley, I think, just stepped a little bit off sides there, wanted to get to it really quick. And so if you're Cedar Ridge, probably not seeing that one on film yet, as Round Rock's been able to blow out a lot of the teams they played, but, showing it right there.
Yeah, not expecting it and doing everything else with all the other guys that you would be doing, but he stays out wide.
And so we'll see Granger kicker take another shot at it here, and we'll see if they go for it.
Yeah, he's going deep because I don't see number 7 out there anywhere.
And, yeah, he's going to punt this one through, and this is going to be actually fielded right at the 5-yard line, dropped again by Hall, who did that on the first field return. But he's a good runner, y'all, and he's able to drop that actually out to about the 17-yard line with about 3 minutes and 4 seconds left in this third quarter. So we'll be seeing another shot at this Cedar Ridge Raiders offense, who just was not able to get anything going last drive. Again, they've been facing a lot of tough field position besides whenever they've gotten the ball off the turnovers. Unlike Round Rock, who's been able to be in great field position seemingly the entire game, Cedar Ridge has had to play kind of clawing out of this field position game.
And their defense has continued to keep them in this thing, even though they have been letting Round Rock start with good field position numerous times.
So we'll see what Round Rock's able to do here. Cedar Ridge hands the ball off to Devonish, who's got some room to work. And that was a great play by Cole Dodds, the senior linebacker, keeping his leverage on the outside and making Devonish cut that one up the middle, because Devonish looked like he had some room on the outside to work, but ends up cutting it up instead. Ends up getting about 5 yards, though, so it'll be second down and about 5 to go.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 is a much better situation than they've been in the past few drives that they've started without.
And Devonish breaks one out wide. Oh, just a shoestring tackle. What a play that was made by Aiden Walker. He's a tough player out there. And it looks like we'll be taking an injury timeout. So we're going to go to our commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Are you looking for a little something extra to get your business noticed? At Ideal Signs, they specialize in custom signage and large format digital printing in a variety of media. Their in-house design department can work with you to create custom artwork to your specifications. They'll work with you to conceptualize, design, and produce any custom projects or idea that you might have. Call 512-930-7446 or visit signsforsports.com. Ideal Signs, family owned and operated since 1969.
In the heart of Austin, there's a name that reigns supreme: Covert Ford. For over 114 years, Covert Ford has been driven by the community, offering unbeatable service and a wide selection of vehicles. From the rugged F-150 to the iconic Expedition, Covert Ford has the perfect ride for every journey life offers. Visit Covert Ford Austin, where community drives us. CovertFord.com, off Research Boulevard.
And here we go, folks. Pitch out wide to Devonish. Devonish cuts it up, and that's going to be a flag on the play. And these Round Rock Dragons on defense are tough, folks. They are just beating up on Devonish as about 7 of them come to the tackle on the play. We'll see what the call is here. Most likely going to be holding, as it was thrown in the direction of the line as it was moving out wide. And that's going to be the call here. So they're going to decline it and make Cedar Ridge go for it on 4th down. We'll see what they call here. The punt unit's going to come.
You know, it's a 3-point game with 2:14 left in the third. Their defense has played so well. And you know what they're thinking? They're thinking we can cause another turnover, because you know what that leads to, another touchdown. They're not thinking we ought to take a chance and put it all on the line right here with a 4th and 4.
Especially just, the offense has been able to move it at some points, but some points it's just been backwards for the Raiders, so not willing to take that chance here and giving great field position to Round Rock. But they're going to pass it. He's got a man wide open. That's Hall, and Hall gets it, and he's going to get the first down. What a gutsy play call, Coach.
What a great call right there.
Round Rock not
What
expecting
a great
anything.
Call right there. They motion across to the other side. He gets lost and drifts. That was a great job by them. Good execution, too. Not the prettiest pass, but that doesn't really matter. It got where it needed to go. I'm sure they told their punter, hey, you just got to get it. He'll be wide open. You just got to get it to him.
Jaden Lambert, the punter, called on in a moment of need. And, Coach, that was a gutsy call. On your own 20-yard line, going for a fake punt like that. Gotta love it. The Raiders playing with some good gutsiness right now, but just get stuffed. And, again, that is Barris Owens, and he's just all over the field tonight. joining his counterpart on the other side, Justin Lee, and just terrorizing this offensive line.
Yeah, they've been a handful throughout the game. It's not just lately. It's been pretty much the whole game they've been a handful.
And so Cedar Ridge goes backwards again. 2nd down and about 7 to go here for the Raiders. Or 17 to go here for the Raiders. Apologies. We'll be getting down to the thick of it, y'all. It's about a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Here we go. Howell takes a snap. Going to be a false start.
Oh, boy.
And moving backwards even more. So another penalty here will be 2nd down and about 23 to go for the Raiders, as they'll be starting with about a minute left in this 3rd quarter.
Well, that just makes it even more difficult. And you know what it does to those defensive linemen? It just tells them, okay, don't worry about the run. If they run it, everyone will get the cavalry to come chase, but we can pin our ears back and do whatever pass rush techniques we've got.
Absolutely. They're going to be coming here on this play. And, we'll see what Cedar Ridge draws up, but it's going to be something that needs to be a long play. And they're going to do a screen, and the lineman gets in front of the way of Devonish, who's going to make that a 3rd and even, tougher situation here as they get no yardage there.
There can't be much separation at all when the D-line gets on your quarterback that quickly. It's tough to run a screen when you're – now, if the quarterback can keep bailing and get a little more separation, but, geez, Zach, he just has so much pressure so quickly from 8 or 12 on one side or the other.
It's just unbelievable pressure Howell's facing tonight. Snap here. He's got time. Ends up throwing it deep, and that ball is going to be broken up on the play. A great play from Elijah Johnson there. Ends up making a great stop. Ball intended for Audric Williams, who again has just been – they've been trying to feed him the ball. He's just been unable to really get one tonight, and so it'll be a 4th down and long situation. Out they go for it here. But we have a penalty on the offense, so that will be declined.
Yeah, going to be declined. 4th and a mile. They're going to get the ball back.
And so opportunity for Round Rock to go up 2 scores here if they are able to, punch this next drive into the end zone. But, Cedar Ridge's defense has been playing very well tonight, given the fact how well field position that Round Rock has started out in all night.
They've been giving them good field position almost the entire night, and it has put them in a bad spot, and they've played their tails off to make sure they keep them out of the end zone.
Motion here, and the punt is away. It's a pretty good punt, and that's going to be fair caught right at the 41-yard line for you folks. And just another update from around the area. McNeil is winning 42-24 against Stony Point. And as we look into some other action around the game, Coach, we will get you a score on the Vista Ridge. Vandergrift is up 38-7 versus Vista Ridge right now over at Vandergrift Stadium. So we'll most likely be seeing McNeil move to 2-1 in district, and Stony Point 0-3, as well as Vandergrift going 2-1 and Vista Ridge going to 1-2. And Jack Apple has the ball. He rolls out, has a man open, and this is going to be incomplete, but that will be a penalty on the play. It looked like pass interference from Jaden Fike, and again, they're just trying to go to Hurley right there, but Fike was a little bit too aggressive on that one and got there a bit too early for the call.
So he can do pretty much everything. He can run a go route, he can run a post, and he can also run a backside drag. He was coming across, looked like he was going to get a good ball, dive and catch it, but he got harassed a little bit too much on his way to the ball.
And so it will be an automatic 1st down here. We'll see where they end up putting the chains, but 1st down again for Round Rock, as they will this will be basically their first play of the drive. first down from Cedar Ridge's own 48-yard line. Apple waiting for the snap here. Being patient back there, ends up pulling it, RPO, and that ball's picked off again! What a play out there!
Wow,
and guess who it is, Coach?
That was unbelievable.
Guess who it is? That is Jalen Hamilton once again.
You sure that wasn't J.J. Watt out there?
An
Jeez,
incredible
what
play.
An athletic play right there, Zach.
Incredible, Coach. I mean,
Wow.
if that ball would have been completed, I think he would have had at least 40 yards down the field because he was wide open. But Hamilton, again, has just been
Wow.
the impact player on defense all night tonight.
Okay, let's think about it. 2 seconds left in the third quarter. We just had an interception. Great play by the defense. That's the only time they've been able to get anything going. They've got great field position. Let's see if they can get something going right here.
Cedar Ridge with an excellent opportunity after the third interception tonight from the defense, pretty much all of them caused by Hamilton in one way or another. And a great pass over the middle caught by Brooks. So, they hope to go back to Brooks a little bit more as he takes a big shot there right in the back. Ends up being about a 5-yard gain, and that will take us to the fourth quarter, Coach, in a very, very exciting ball game.
Well, let's hope there's nothing wrong with Brooks right there. He took one right between the shoulder blades and just got smoked from behind right in the middle of that zero. And I know he doesn't mind putting a target on himself, but he may be thinking, maybe I should be number 7 right now. That way there's not a target on my back because he took a shot right there.
And it is game time, decision time. It is all coming down to this fourth quarter, folks. 17-14. Definitely something that, on paper maybe did not expect here tonight, but really, really good game from the Raiders on defense. A great game from the Round Rock Dragons on defense. They've done a great job too, but the story has been Hamilton on defense, getting to the quarterback and causing 2 turnovers from the pressure and then taking one himself. A fantastic job tonight.
So, Zach, if you think about it, after last week's game, how could you expect anything different than an outcome like this? A tight game, back and forth a little bit. You start to think they're out of it, but they're not. They're never out of it. And Brooks isn't out there right now, unless that's him at tight end. I can't see. Is that him at tight end, Zach?
Yep, he is.
He's in there at tight end, so he's okay. That's
and there's
good news.
Josiah Ray, able to take it down. Will be about a 2-yard, 3-yard gain. And again, Coach, in district, last 2 weeks ago against Hutto, 63-56 for the Raiders. So they kept with the points, and then last week able to get victory against the Westwood Warriors, 28-35. So, and that went to overtime. So it seems like they're playing each team in district up to their potential and taking them all the way to the last whistle. And that might be the case tonight. 3rd down and 2. Huge play here for Round Rock.
A little I formation.
And Hall's going to get the ball. He's got nowhere really to go with it, but he takes it outside and is going to get dragged down for a loss. He just kind of fumbled around with the football a little bit, and that will be a 4th down and about 5 to go here for the Raiders. So decision time, and most likely going to go for it. Not sure about the field goal unit for the Raiders, but we'll see what happens here.
Some people would say, what are they thinking? Why are they going under center? Why are they getting in the eye, running toss switch? Well, it's not like they've been running right at them and been able to pick up 1.5 yards all night.
Had to do something there, and we'll see what happens here. Josiah Ray joins Howell in the backfield. Motion here. Fake there. Got some room to run. He's going to take it himself, and he's got the first down, and a great slide there on the play. And a late flag comes in. This is going to be a late hit and extra yards for the Raiders.
You're going to tack on 15, I believe, right here.
And just a great decision there from Howell. Tucks it himself, saw the open lane, Coach, and the best part about it, he gets an A++ on this for the film session because he slid.
Yes, no doubt. He slid when he didn't have to take a shot right there. Had he stayed up, he would have taken a pretty good lick right there.
And that's something that, as a defense, if you get a free shot at the quarterback, you have to take it. Obviously quarterbacks protect themselves. That's your responsibility. It goes all the way up and down to the NFL high school level. Quarterback is the most position in I would say any sport, but especially for football. Just such a commander out there, such a leader, such an important role. That we see a great slide there, and again, that gives them an extra 15 and puts them right inside the 20-yard line, red zone for the Raiders.
Okay, here we go. We're in ace for double twins.
Yep, ace formation.
1st and 10 on the 15.
And Howe, feeling it, barking orders to his lineman, takes the snap, and he's got men in his face automatically and gets the sack again. So a great play there from number 96, Luke Rodriguez, just all over the field. Again, that defensive line is just so tough.
Somebody had an issue with their route out there because the two receivers were discussing with their hands up in the air like, what are you doing? So I don't know what that had nothing to do with getting sacked, but someone didn't run the right route.
And look at your screen here, bottom of your screen here. A lot of attention here on the receiver, Brooks. Snap back. Howell's got some time. He's going to throw it up to Brooks just in the back of the end zone. And Brooks, is that intercepted?
Oh,
that looked like it was intercepted. They're going to say touchback, and ball goes to the Round Rock Dragons. So an incredible, incredible play. And guess who it is, folks? That is Aiden Walker. He is such an athlete out there, been able to make plays all night tonight. And the Round Rock Dragons take one away as Howe was a bit greedy there, wanted one in the back of the end zone. And we're going to see a change of possession here from the Round Rock Dragons taking over the football, get a turnover for themselves. And if you're Cedar Ridge, that was a jump ball, almost had it, and just, ends up in the other hands of the defense.
That was absolutely the play the Dragons needed right there. What a great effort by that young man.
Yeah, Aiden Walker does a great job of reading the quarterback's eyes, following him around, and he knew that ball was going to Brooks, so he hightailed it over there and was able to make a great, great play. Folks, please like and subscribe to our podcast and our web stream. We will be live all year round bringing you Round Rock ISD football as Apple is about to take the snap. Here it is, hands off, and that's going to be a false start for the Dragons, so pushing them back on the first down drive here. So great play by Aiden Walker, able to make an impact play there and really maybe change the outcome of this game.
What if that ends up being the difference in the game? The only time they don't score when they get a turnover was by just an absolutely crazy play.
So, interestingly, not a false start. It will be a delay of game on the defense. Interesting there, Coach. We'll see.
Someone's barking out the wrong thing that sounds like the quarterback cadence, or they're clapping their hands.
And so, handoff here, and that is going to go again to Moose Garlington. He was able to take the one out, and it'll be about just under 10 minutes, folks. 9:50 left in this ball game. Round Rock Dragons have a chance to go up and down the field. They probably want to take some time off this clock, but second down and about 5 here.
They haven't had much success taking time off the clock, just moving it by little, taking it small gains down the field, getting first downs.
It's been tough.
It's been tough running just like that. It's going to end up being 3rd and 1. They're going to obviously be able to think they can run the ball and get a first down here, but I tell you, this defensive front for the Cedar Ridge team has absolutely done a great job.
And we'll see what they end up doing here. 3rd down and about 1 for Round Rock, and they're just going to hand this one off. And Met in the backfield. Coach,
no,
we don't even have to say who it is.
Don't even say.
Yeah, we don't even have to say it.
Yeah, T.J. Watt's out there. Yeah.
Again,
wow.
That is Jalen Hamilton coming up with a big tackle for a loss there, and that will create a 4th down and about 3.
What an animal. He has been absolutely everywhere.
He seemingly unblocked almost on every single big play that he has. He just comes down from his outside linebacker position, is able to really just make a great play on the ball. So Round Rock faced with a tough decision here, 4th down and about 3. We'll see what they do. I mean, it's obviously a tough one. If you don't get it here, you're giving the ball to the opposite team in great field position.
Definitely going to take a timeout right here. They're letting the time go down. They're going to take a timeout and talk about it, see what they want to do.
And you know, we'll definitely see how they kind of come back to this one. But just want to give them
do you want to give them the ball on your own 30-yard line right here if you don't get it?
I wouldn't, but you know that's a decision. If you are confident, they just haven't been able to run the football. Unfortunately, like that's just been the case tonight for Round Rock. It's been tough going on the ground tonight, so it would be tough to get about a 3-yard gain. But word from our title sponsor here, AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win? Shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Trax, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive. And that's exactly what Round Rock is trying to do right now. We'll see what they come out with. Coach, I have a feeling they're going to try to go for this one.
Come on. The other squad got 4th down and did a fake punt and got their 1st down. Why can't they just go for it?
And Gibson Granger is going to be back there to punt, so they will not take the risk here. But we'll see if they call something just like Cedar Ridge did a couple drives ago on a fake play. Granger drops back, and he's able to punt this one. A low-driving punt. Ends up getting some good Round Rock bounces. Going to bounce right out at the 42-yard line. And Cedar Ridge is going to have another opportunity, Coach. That's all you can ask for out of your defense.
Right now, kudos to the defense. They have played absolutely lights out tonight. And whether they win this game or they come up a little bit short, because it's going to be one or the other, they're not going to get blown out like a bunch of people were talking about before the game. Whether they come back and win this thing or they get nudged out, however it happens in a close one, they have definitely earned the right to keep their head up high with that defensive effort.
Absolutely. And hoping to see Brooks back on the field. He after that last play was unfortunately had to take it out by some trainers and got checked out there. But we'll see if he comes back on this drive. Snap here for Hal. Ends up handing off to Devonish, and that's going to be a penalty. We'll see what the call is here. Didn't look like a false start, but Round Rock is celebrating a little bit on the field. So it will be a false start and move them back about 5 yards here. It's just those tough plays, Coach. You know, we've been seeing backwards plays on tough mental mistakes throughout this game, and it's been killing both teams.
No doubt. It kills anything. It'll kill the Longhorns. It'll kill the Cowboys, the Chiefs, anybody.
And so Howe about to take the snap here and fake pitch out wide, and he does a good double move, and he's getting chased down. He's going to take this one and run. Oh, and he's going to get an extra penalty there. Yeah, he slid and was able to get back to about the line of scrimmage, and then coming in to just make a tackle was a Round Rock defender, but ultimately came in way too late there, and it's going to be a free 1st down for the Raiders.
Zach, that's going to be that's an easy call right there.
And luckily Howe just got back up because it looked like helmet to helmet almost, which could have been.
It was definitely helmet to helmet, and it's
dangerous.
Targeting call.
Very dangerous play there, but luckily everybody's all good, and Cedar Ridge is thankful for a 1st down, and now they will be taking the ball into Round Rock territory, the 44-yard line of Round Rock. So we'll see what Cedar Ridge is able to kind of make out of this drive. Have not been able to see Brooks back onto the field for them, so we'll see who they go to now in a time of need. Howe takes the snap, and Devonish takes it up.
And good old number 6. Why not lean on those two guys right now with Brooks out of the game?
And Devonish does a good job getting great yardage there, probably one of his longest runs of the night for only about 6, but that just goes to show how tough this defensive line is in the interior for the Round Rock Dragons are. And 7 minutes and 15 seconds left in this ball game, folks. It's coming down, and these fans are getting rowdy. We hear them banging all over their feet in the stadium. And handoff to Devonish over the middle. He's going to get tracked down, and that's a great tackle by Braden Templeton, the linebacker. Penalty here, most likely in the line of where the line was, so probably might be a flag on the Raiders. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, he asked the coach what they want to do, so it's going to be a holding.
Second down and long here.
That's a killer right there.
Will be, second down and about 15 to go for the Raiders. So a couple penalties on this drive already, really making it tough on themselves, but also getting the benefit of one penalty from Round Rock as well that got them into territory. 6 minutes and 53 seconds left here, folks. They're continuing to run this clock down, but the Raiders have to get something going. They've been running the ball here. Trips formation down to the bottom side of your screen.
I'm thinking the Williams kid is who he's going to look to go to.
And Hal is able to throw that one out wide, and that one is going to be picked off again. And they're saying it's picked off. He got it off the sideline. What an insane play. It happened so quickly, Coach.
I couldn't tell if he was trying to throw that thing away or if he – well –
it's going to be Round Rock football after Hal tried to force that one in there. Unfortunately, he tried to make a play on the run, which is, he's been asked to do all night tonight, and he tries to force one in there, and it's going to be a turnover for the Dragons, and they're going to take this from their own 44-yard line, 46-yard line, and again, the defense for Cedar Ridge having to be called to the bell. We'll see what they can do here.
Well, they've been answering mightily the entire night, so I expect them to give no other kind of effort right here, but it's just been too many times to ask them to answer the bell.
Snap here. Apple takes it, hands it off, and going to be a good run here.
Going to have a face mask, Zach.
Yep, and we'll see a face mask penalty come in at the very end of the play. Will be a little bit of extra yards for the Dragons. And so a lot of penalties going the Dragons' way here as we get later in this game. And these kids are definitely getting a little bit more tired here. But 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in this one.
Okay.
They'll be moving up them.
Defense has been put in a bad spot all night, Zach. Here's about as bad a situation as they could be in right now. Game's on the line. They need a stop right now. And it's a first down for the Dragons on the 34-yard line.
First down, exactly. We'll see what they come up with on this one. Have been able to move the ball pretty well in the second half, but only a field goal to show for it. Read option there, and he pulls it. And a good decision because he's able to make some moves. Got met in the backfield, but ends up getting about 5 yards there, Coach.
Yeah, he's pretty shifty.
Can move very well.
He can move, that's for sure.
And so Cedar Ridge's defense been out there for a long time tonight, and Round Rock is definitely trying to hold the clock and use a lot of it as they call each and every play.
Okay, it's 2nd and 5. They come in a one-back set, tight end trips to the left.
Motion here. Apple takes the snap. It's going to be an RPO again. They love that play, and he's just worked a lot tonight. Tackle made out wide by, that's Devin Peterson. Or wait, I'm sorry. That's Isaiah Smith out there. He's able to make that play. So good play on that. But still a first down for Round Rock, and on the reception, Carson Griffin, who's been called quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, our buddies are starting to raid the
field.
raid the field, Zach. People are getting dive bombers in their hair. Here we go. It's first down.
First down for Round Rock, knocking on the door, ball at the 23-yard line. Snap here. It's going to be a read option again. A good pull there by the quarterback. Ends up taking it for about 5 yards. So really relying on the run game in this last portion of the game here.
You notice when he pulls it, he's more decisive to take off and run now. These are not your RPO type plays. These are the traditional read option to where it's either like triple option. He's either going to give it or pull it.
Mm-hmm.
But with the RPO, he's got the give it and then pull it if that's the proper read. And then he has the outlet of, and if the guy who's going to be out there is not covering my receiver, I'll just flip it out there.
Just give it out there. Very smart play to have options. And looks like Cedar Ridge is coming down on defense. Handoff up the middle. Handoff up the middle, and that was given to Maldonado, who takes it up for about a 2-yard gain. Will be third down and about 5 to go here for the Dragons.
That's right. That is correct. Here we go.
Looks like they're bringing in some big boys here to help block for the Dragons.
I'm thinking back to you and Hayden running the RPO stuff with Coach Parham back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. What fun memories.
Okay.
Back to take the snap here is Apple. Apple looking for it. Here it is. Handoff to Maldonado, who's got some room to work. We'll see if he gets enough for a first down. He does not. It will be 4th down, and that ball was about a yard to go. So 4th down and about 3 or 4 to go here, Coach. And,
they're going.
You go for it here.
They're going. They've got that stud kicker. Doesn't matter. They can kick a field goal right here. 3:35 left in the game, so around 3:20 left. They're not winning the game because a touchdown beats them. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it right here, knowing they have a stud kicker.
Yeah, and looking like they might just bring this one down to the play clock ends with about 5 seconds to go before they snap the ball, before they call a timeout. Round Rock will have 1 timeout left once they do that, so they are going to go for the field goal.
Yep, they are.
And if you're Cedar Ridge, this is a victory. This is a huge win for your defense.
Absolutely huge win for your defense. And if this game is anything like last week, Zach, you better not leave. Even if they get this field goal right here and go up 6, you better stay where you are and hold on to your britches, because last week at this time, everyone's saying they're done.
Yep.
They end up coming back, going to OT and winning. So
yep.
You need to hold on because it's going to be a good finish somehow.
They're not going to give up. And so, again, Granger, who's had a great night tonight, kicking field goals, kicking onside kicks, kicking all the way through the uprights. He seems to be very talented and definitely trustworthy for this Dragon team. Is looking to put his team up by 6 points here, as it is 4th down and about 3 for the Dragons. Snap, hold, and that ball is kicked. And it looks it's good from our angle, and it is good from the ref's angle as well. So that is another score for Round Rock, 20-14 here, Coach. And, this might be Cedar Ridge's last chance to put some points on the board.
Yeah, it's now or never for the Raiders, and it's time. It's time for those defensive stalwarts for the Dragons to step up and make plays and make sure that doesn't happen. They're thinking themselves that we made the right decision, made the right call, we executed, we got the 3 more points, so a field goal does not help them in this situation. They've got to come down and score. They haven't come down and run the length of the field without a turnover this entire game, so we got them. That's what they're thinking. But I have a feeling the Cedar Ridge boys have a little bit to say about it in the last 3:02.
Yeah, they definitely will have to come up with something here. And as Granger looks back to kick this one through, we'll see what they're able to do on the offensive side of the ball. It's been a bit of a hit or miss here for the Raiders, and that ball is going to sail in the back of the end zone for a touchback. Actually, he's going to go out of bounds, so it will be a flag on the play So will be an extra couple yards here for the Raiders.
You know, it sounds silly. Probably you're thinking, Coach, you're off your rocker, but I keep thinking about Cedar Valley. It's middle school night. Half the times when I'm saying Cedar Ridge, I'm having to think
Purple.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's middle school night. Gosh, Cedar Valley, Cedar Ridge. Anyway, not an excuse for messing that up and having to think through it. Just kind of a lapse in my mind, but it's funny how that kind of comes to you. I keep thinking about, matter of fact, the school you went to.
Yep. Cedar Valley, exactly. Definitely a great school. Feeds into Round Rock and McNeil. Saw some jerseys tonight. Snap here. Howell has the snap. Rolls out. Actually, that is a different quarterback in there for the Raiders. In there is Jack Pippin, the senior. So different change of quarterback here for the last drive here, Coach. Not sure if maybe Howell was hurt on that last play, or second interception. They may have just given another guy another shot. But again, here Pippin comes.
Well, let's see what he can do. He's obviously put in his time, and it's ready for his turn to make something happen for him.
Absolutely, the senior getting his shot here, and so he has a tall order for this one. Can be the hero for the Raiders. Snap here, Pippin takes the snap. He's going to run this one. He's got some room to run, Coach. He's going to take this one all the way over the field to the 50-yard line, and he gets out of bounds. He almost got wrapped up in the backfield, and he does a great job of getting extra yards there, Coach.
What a clutch play right there.
And just took the wind out of the stadium with that run.
Yeah, everyone kind of settled down over here. Everyone was going crazy over here in the stands. And with that one play, first down on the plus 48, all of a sudden everyone's quiet over here. I bet they get those shakers and the stands rocking again for their defense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Very passionate fans here tonight. Got to love it. And Pippin has some time to work. Throws the ball over the middle. Has a man wide open. And, again, that is Rogelio Aramillo, who, again, is listed as number 82 on the roster, but number 80 for them, and has been a weapon for the Raiders in the absence of Brooks, who has yet to make a return. So, again, great play call. First down. Now ball is at the 32-yard line. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left, Coach.
Don't go make a sandwich right now. Don't go to the refrigerator. You better stay where you are and watch this thing, because it's getting ready to be real.
And 3 timeouts left for Cedar Ridge, so plenty of time here. That is not a factor, has as much as you need. Howell throws a screen pass open, and Devonish gets up the field, and he gets out of bounds, and he takes a hit but delivers it himself, and that will be a gain of about 8 yards there for Devonish on the screenplay, and a new sense of just offensive movement for the Raiders. They seem to be moving the ball at will here.
Okay, it's going to be second down and 4 or 5 to go, so they draw up a little screen right there, and they had the separation we talked about last time, and he dumped it right in the back's hands.
So Pippin takes the ball, has a man deep open, and that's going to be a pass interference, Coach, and they're going to get the ball at the 1-yard line. This is a huge play.
They may. It may be on the offense. We haven't seen yet.
Haven't
We
seen
haven't
the call.
seen the call yet.
But they're talking to the sidelines of the Raiders, so most likely it's going to be pass interference.
But remember, it's high school, so it won't be. Depends on where he called it. So it's just going to be 10 yards.
So pass interference call, first down here, seeing what they're going to be calling up here on the play. But, again, Pippin stepping into this role, Coach. I mean, you've been on the sidelines all game, getting cold, and you just step in and get a big 20-yard run, have a few good completions, and now you are inside the red zone here against Round Rock with a chance to go up and tie this ball game 20-20 with a chance to win with your field goal unit coming on the field if you get a touchdown.
Zach, you better buckle up, because these guys don't have any quit in them.
It's something that we saw last week as well. Cedar Ridge looking to make a statement here in district tonight. 1 minute and 13 seconds left. First down from the 13-yard line. And everybody in this stadium is getting ready to get on their feet. And Pippen takes up. He spins. He's still on his feet. He says he's going to go into the end zone. He gets a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
And that's a touchdown for Cedar Ridge.
What a step up and make a play right there.
And that's the second time he has done that tonight, Coach, and really putting the team on his back. Pippen does a great job scoring. There is a flag on the play, but it does come after the play, so we'll see what they end up calling.
It looked like they put that on rewind and ran the same thing from his first play where he took off.
And so touchdown here, but it looks like unsportsmanlike conduct on Cedar Ridge, so that's tough.
That is tough, and there's a 1:06 left. They still need to kick this extra point.
And so will be a 15-yard penalty to go for the field goal. So
they're gonna put it on right now.
And timeout, Cedar Ridge needing to take that play. A huge penalty on that one.
You know, Zach, most times teams will take that 15 yards on the kickoff, and they'll make the team back up and get the 15 yards there.
Yeah.
But most times it doesn't mean the game
is on the line. Right.
Is on the line. The game's going to happen there. Are you kidding me? Are we going to have another overtime?
Oh, my goodness, Coach.
20-20.
20-20. And, you know, they did attempt a field goal earlier this game. It did get tipped, but it looked like it had the distance. It was right or from around this area. So I think they're going to attempt it again, but this offensive line and offense needs to hold it and needs to create some pressure. But Coach cannot commend him even more. Pippen coming in as a backup quarterback, senior.
Hey, who cares about Pippen right now? There's only one guy who matters, Zacharoon.
Yep, absolutely. And back to kick is Cooper Togus, and he gets it underway.
He nailed it.
And that's going to be
They just took the lead against the Round Rock Dragons.
And
how about those Raiders?
Exactly right, Coach. Cedar Ridge Raiders.
And they do not have to give up the 15 yards to kick further back from because they've already gone through that.
So Togus puts that one through. Pippen leads the charge on offense, and Cedar Ridge Raiders somehow find themselves still in this ball game after turning the ball over 2 times in the fourth quarter and ends up getting the ball down the field to go up for the go-ahead score, 21-20 here, Coach. Now, Round Rock not out of this at all. Round Rock has plenty of time.
And they have plenty dudes who can make the play.
1 timeout left. 1:06 left in this ball game, so Round Rock's going to have to go quick. They do have 1 timeout, so they'll have to use it wisely.
They don't have to go that quickly, Zach, because it's going to be a short field because they've pooch kicked every single time that we've seen. So they don't want to kick it deep to those guys. They want to pooch it. So let's see where he lines up and see which side he pooches to.
And no need for the touchdown. Again, Coach, we've seen Granger drill one from about 47 yards, so definitely – have the ability to kick a field goal from anywhere in between the line, the touchdown, and the 30-yard line.
Yeah. Well, this time he did not line it up to pooch, so it's right down.
Yeah, he's going to pooch it, and they're going to field it, and there's going to be some room to work, but tackle they're still fighting. Tackle is going to be finally made around the 43-yard line. So, Coach, a really great field position, only really needing to go about 27 yards to get into field goal range.
Yeah, they've got a chance, and luckily they've got the kicker they need tonight.
They got the tool in the toolbox to do the job if they need it.
No doubt.
So, Round Rock is dealt with a tough one, though, Coach. I mean, 58 seconds, 1 timeout left, and all Cedar Ridge needs to do is get off the field. 4 down territory this whole way. We'll see what happens here, Coach. One stop.
That's all Cedar Ridge needs.
And they know that. And Round Rock knows it, too. They know what they need. So we'll see what happens here. Round Rock, roll out right. And over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. And that's going to be out of bounds. Yeah, uncatchable ball there. Round Rock definitely wanted a pass interference, maybe got there a bit quick, but the ball looked a bit uncatchable. And only about 7 ticks off the clock there, 2nd down and 10.
Plenty of time. Time's not a problem right now. They can sprint out, throw it away if they need to, get a first down, run killer, stop the clock, that whole deal. Plenty time yet.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 43-yard line of Round Rock. Round Rock takes the snap. Apple has the ball. He delivers a strikeout wide, and it's got some room to work, and that's going to be a first down all the way down to about let's see where they mark him out at. Oh, wow, great spot for Round Rock. 36-yard line for Round Rock, so very close to field goal range. 42 seconds. They might even be in field goal range for Granger. Granger looked like he was able to put one through from about 60. So we'll see what they end up doing. But 42 seconds left here, 21-20. Ball at the 36-yard line of Cedar Ridge. Round Rock is ready to go. Snap here. And they got instant pressure, but that's going to be a screen.
There's the screen they're looking for.
And that's Maldonado. He stays in bounds, though. Will be enough for the first down. So he coughed it up. He coughed it up.
They said he was down. Said he was down. And
so he is down, but scary play there. The clock does stop because it is a first down, and it gives Round Rock a breather there. But now clock continues to roll. 31 seconds left in this one. Oh, snap is on the ground. What a almost disastrous play there, Coach. What is it?
Now you need a timeout. Well,
and
I can tell you this.
Looks like they call their last timeout here.
Coach ain't happy.
Having to fall on the snap there. Looks like a little bit of confusion out there for both of these teams.
Oh, to be a fly on that white hat right there so we could hear what's being talked about down there.
Timeout, Round Rock, so they get the timeout off. 2nd down, and it does push them back a little bit, Coach, closer to that 30-yard mark, but ball will be at the 28-yard line for Round Rock. No timeouts anymore. And that's where you're getting a little bit of pickle.
Yeah, that's – so they need a first down if they want to stop the clock because they're out of timeouts or get out of bounds, and they can work to the sideline.
Right.
Sprint out.
Throw it away.
Throw it away if they need to. If they have an out or the post corner open or someone in the flats who's running to the sideline, it's definitely a good idea to do that. On the other hand, you don't want to throw an in running route unless it's past the sticks. If it's for a first down, it's fine. You catch it, you run, you go kill the clock, no problem at all. But you don't want to try and get 8 yards right here inside the hash.
Right, and even tougher is if you can't get a touchdown, having to get your field goal unit onto the field takes time, getting set up.
You know the deal. They have them ready. They're ready to run. Geronimo, remember that?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely ready to go. Still takes some time off the clock.
Yes.
We'll see what happens here. Apple takes the snap. He's going to slip it out wide, and that's going to be incomplete there. Just a little bit too hot to handle for Maldonado, and I'm sure he wishes he has that one back. But, again, stops the clock here. But now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. 3rd down and long here for Round Rock, and if you get into 4-down territory, there's no way to stop the clock.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot right here, but they're not too worried about it. All they need to do is they can't stop the clock unless they get a first down.
Right. And they have to stay
out
of bounds.
Yeah, it's got to be out of bounds or a first down.
Snap here, and they're bringing pressure. And they're just going to go to Hurley down Dweep. And he tries to make a good play, but that's going to be out of bounds. No flag on the play. 4th down, Coach. They're going to have to go for the field goal here.
No problem. Here comes 6-shooter right here.
Yep. So Granger back to be the hero. Everybody on their feet in the stadium. Gibson Granger, the senior kicker.
And I told you everyone should stick around.
And we'll see if they ice him here, and they're going to. Timeout here by the Raiders. So this is a big one.
We have some parents right down in front of us who are turning around and looking at us because they can't even look at what's going on.
They do not want to see.
I'm not going to call any names that are on the back of T-shirts or anything, but some of these some of these boys' parents don't even want to see what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And super excited to see this one kind of come to a close. Either way, great game by both of these schools. I mean, I've been entertained throughout the whole time. We definitely have a great one tonight, but super excited to kind of finish this one out. We'll see what happens. Either a win for Round Rock off of this field goal, or a win for Cedar Ridge off of a great drive on the last play. They're going to be bringing everybody on this play, Coach.
How fitting for Cedar Ridge if they get a block right here with this defense.
Here we go. Here comes the snap, folks. Gibson Granger backs up, and he misses it. It's going to be short. It's going to be short. And Cedar Ridge might steal one. They steal one in Round Rock Dragon Stadium tonight, folks. And it looked like the pressure on the kick was just enough to make it too difficult to hit it through the uprights. And there is a penalty on the field, most likely for unsportsmanlike conduct, as it came in way after the play. So Cedar Ridge will be able to see, but we'll see what the call is here.
Yeah, it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. It's going to be their ball. They're going to take a knee. This is a ball game. This is a wrap. As long as they can take a snap.
Understated, gutsy, absolutely underdog win here from the Raiders. Great game by Round Rock. They played fantastic on defense the whole night. Offense, definitely needed some work there.
Both these defenses.
Yes.
Both these defenses should be commended. Round Rock, they're as good as advertised, and let me just tell you, those Raiders are better than everyone was giving them credit for.
Absolutely, making a statement win tonight, and Cedar Ridge is going to have to take this ball down at their own 14-yard line, but with no timeouts left for the Dragons, no way to stop the clock. All they need to do is take one knee, and this ball game is over.
How about the mental toughness of those guys?
Absolutely.
Gee whiz. Going for it on fourth down with a fake punt, bringing in a backup quarterback.
Doing everything they needed to do to get this one done, and that is going to do it, folks. Will be the end of this fantastic matchup here tonight, folks.
To be the backup quarterback for most programs, the most popular guy on a pro football team a lot of times is the backup quarterback.
And as you see, the middle of the field here is just absolutely super excited for the Raiders as they're able to take able to steal one from Round Rock, because this game was dominated by Round Rock in terms of time possession on the offense side, field position. It seemed like they had every opportunity to go in and win this ball game, but Cedar Ridge just does a fantastic job of staying strong, not backing down whatsoever, and keeping to what they know best. And what they know best is close ball games, and they've won 2 of them the past 2 weeks at Round Rock Stadium.
Zach, what they know best is they don't stop. They don't quit fighting. They don't give up. They may or may not feel like they're better physically or anything like that than the other guys, but they're going to play their butts off, and they are not going to quit. When it looks like things are going poorly, doesn't matter. They're going to keep on fighting.
And just an amazing last drive. Cedar Ridge took advantage of the opportunities when they needed to. Obviously had a few drives where Round Rock's defense was just so much they went backwards, and then a few drives where they were able to air it out. And then for Cedar Ridge, apologies, their defense, Hamilton, unbelievable tonight. 3 interceptions.
How about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievable tonight. So definitely Player of the Game award goes to Hamilton. He did a fantastic job. He's the last man on the field here for the Raiders as he's in line there, and just a fantastic player for Cedar Ridge. Does great job there, and we see Cedar Ridge go to celebrate. And Round Rock, their first loss of this year, first loss in district. Definitely a bad taste in their mouth tonight, but understandably, this team looked solid. They have all the players to make a long run, and that we're not going to be hearing the last of Round Rock at all. They're definitely going to be a top team this year in the district, but taking an early season loss this year. But folks, yeah,
wow,
what a game! What a game!
I told you, don't go away and go to the refrigerator or go watch a movie or anything when this Cedar Ridge team is playing, because they've got something for you. It may not be at the very beginning. It may not be until halftime, but it's going to be throughout the game, and they're going to keep on coming. And at the end of the game, they're going to fight. And
Absolutely.
those guys will fight.
Absolutely. Fantastic game tonight. We're going to have a word from a few more of our sponsors and then come back with a final word. But just so you know, AutoNation Chevrolet proudly supports the Round Rock ISD football programs. Looking for a big win, shop their unbeatable selection of new Silverados, Colorados, Equinoxes, Tracks, and more. Plus, score cash for your car by selling it to the team at AutoNation Chevrolet. Get your quick online appraisal now at AutoNationChevroletWestAustin.com. Then get paid the same day. It's that easy. Visit AutoNation Chevrolet at 183 in Duval today. Together, let's drive. And a couple more words from our title sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Visit Maze Street Boutique in Round Rock for all your shopping needs. Whether you're looking for a special gift or that perfect outfit that everyone will love, we have you covered. Come visit us in-store or shop us online at mazestreet.com. We appreciate your business and thank you for shopping local.
Are you ready to take your celebrations to the next level? Imagine luxury indoor sleepovers that bring the magic of glamping right into your home, or a posh picnic party that brings elegance and charm to your outdoor space. Whether you're planning a birthday bash or a simple get-together with friends, Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events is here to make your dreams come true for any special occasion. Our event planning services will ensure every detail is perfect, leaving you free to enjoy the moment. So let Pop-Up Parties and Posh Events turn your next celebration into a memorable masterpiece.
The Lodge Poker Club is a members-only card club offering a wide range of daily and tournament gameplay. In Round Rock, just off exit 251 on I-35, the Lodge now boasts the largest card room in Texas with 82 tables, comfortable chairs, and 40 75-inch TVs. The Lodge provides fully trained dealers and on-site security with state-of-the-art camera system to ensure the comfort and safety of our members. Open 24 hours a day. More information at thelodgepokerclub.com or call us at 512-614-4045.
And so that about does it for us here tonight, folks. Wanted to give you guys a few more updates as far as some other games. The final score out in Vandergrift was 38-7, with Vista Ridge winning that one. As well as, obviously tonight we saw a great game between Cedar Ridge winning 21-20 against Round Rock. Definitely an upset of this game. And then looking for the score of McNeil and Stony Point. But other than that, a great game across the district tonight. Yeah, McNeil is still playing right now against Stony Point, 55-30. They are up, doing a great job there. So,
hey Zach, what does that say about last week's game was every bit as tight.
Right.
Goes into overtime, and then Westwood comes out this week. What the heck? They beat the Manor Mustangs.
Yep.
So we have Westwood winning. We have these guys winning. We have
McNeil winning.
McNeil right in the middle of it again.
Yep.
This might be a crazy race.
And Stony Point, unfortunately, falls to the 0-3 district, but we both know that team is not an 0-3 district team. That's not the last you'll see of them. So other than that, folks, that's really all we have here tonight for you. A fantastic match, and we get to see a great football game. And Round Rock definitely, their first loss of the season, always something to learn from, but definitely a tough one to lose in front of a home crowd. But Coach, obviously, hope you have a great weekend. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the broadcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe to it. We'll be bringing you guys action all year long. But any closing remarks, Coach?
Yeah, just both these teams, nothing to hang your head about for the Round Rock Dragons. They're solid on defense. They're special on defense. And at times, they're pretty electric on offense. But for most of the game, their defense is what was the name of their winning formula.
Absolutely.
So if someone can get some offense going against them and play great defense the rest of the way, they're not head and shoulders above everyone, like everyone has talked about. So it's going to be an exciting district race. I look forward to the next time we get together and call another game.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. We really enjoyed bringing you all this game tonight. And please tune in to the rest of the McNeil Stony Point game. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your game and a great weekend.